Yo, we're we're live.
How you just hit the live button?
I did. It's 8 o'clock, bro.
You're coming in really loud, man. I mean, like super loud.
I'll back off a little bit.
Yeah, back that off, man. Back that off.
We ain't got Alex the intern, although I don't know what he does. He just kind of pops on live and hangs out with us all every week.
He might be lurking in the background. You never know. He could
Nah,
just
he lost power or some excuse.
did he?
Yeah,
You
so
look
I don't
like
even have
you
what?
look
What do
like
I
you
look like?
you look like you lost a little power, man. I noticed you're looking a little tired, man.
Nah,
The derby scene was tough on you this weekend.
come on, man.
Are we going to get that tournament report or what?
Sure.
Are you sad you didn't enter the opens? They needed co-anglers. Looking back, would you have rather entered as a co into the open or fish that Thayer's championship?
I don't want to take a win with as a co, so no.
All right. So that moment's never going to happen for the viewers out there who were
Who
rooting
knows,
for
man? It
you.
would have been the perfect time. Things
know.
got out of control that week.
Yeah,
I was all up in the air about what to do, going back and forth.
I know.
I'm like, damn.
I
I
know.
called, I emailed.
You did it all. You tried to get in. So do we get the you going to do the tournament recap tonight for us?
Sure.
What happened? I think it's going to be a short one.
It's out of Waddington.
Yep.
I fished my buddy Russ. He's been on the live stream before. He's also been on the VIP members only.
Yep.
Good angler, knows what's up.
Yeah, he tied me a hair fly. That's for sure.
You got no gray beard going on, Nate. What the hell?
It's coming through a little bit more, man. You haven't had time to do the just for men, clearly.
No, it's not that. It's the lighting in here.
No, man, it's gray, dude. You're looking a little frosty down below there on the chin strap. Oh yeah.
Shut up.
You could get hired out as a Santa Claus this winter. Make some extra cash.
It's the lighting, Eric. Look at you, all grayed up.
Dude, I've always been all grayed up, bro. I mean, I can't fight it. I can't fight it, man. All right, so out of Clayton, day one, Russ Berlanger. Talk to us, man.
All right. So, I don't remember, man. Everything runs together. So, every day's the same. I'm in my freaking Camus somewhere on the St. Lawrence Lake, Ontario.
I know. I told Travis he called me twice last night. He goes, "No, I didn't." And I'm like, "Yeah, you did." He goes, I can't remember. Like the days must be running together for you, bro. You are in a time warp. I feel like. Anyway, back to the tournament.
Yeah.
That was this last Saturday and Sunday. Today is Monday.
Okay, so sorry.
That's all right.
Why did we do what we did? Okay, so Saturday.
You must have had a game plan. You talked about it, right?
Yeah.
So take us through.
Yeah.
Step back. Take us through the planning phase. You both practiced separately on Friday.
I was catching fish a week and a half ago in the river, actually.
Oh.
I'm like, bro, we got this. We're good. Not a
So
problem.
you felt like you'd figured some things out in the river, and he's stronger in the river than you are. So you're catching him. He knows the river. You're going river at this point for your Saturday event.
Yeah. So we decided to go in the river. Listen, and if Russ, I should have invited him on, and
I thought you might have him out. Yeah.
Well, he didn't get back to my text. I sent him a nice text, by the way.
All right.
It says, as messed up as the tournament was, I had a good time with you, bro Haas.
Okay. Did he respond?
No, he left me undelivered.
Oh.
So I guess we ain't talking.
What?
No.
So, he'll get back to you. All right, he'll get back.
Yeah. Long story short, and you guys may have seen my Instagram live Saturday night, but we had a hard time, man. Like, it was different. We never fished together. We have two totally different ways we approach. His approach is great for him. My approach is great for me. But, man, They did not mingle well.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, team fishing, man, it's a thing, right? You got to have rhythm together. You got to
And
kind of,
listen,
you know what I mean? I get it.
I'm not saying we'll never get there. I'm not saying we
Sure.
won't get there at all.
Right. Right.
But we have a game plan. We're going to a place, and as about I'm 5 minutes away, he calls an audible and says, "Yo, pull in here by this buoy. I'm gonna cast this jerk bait and catch a 5-pounder."
All right. And the 5 turned into a 2
I don't think we
or a
caught
3.
anything there.
Okay.
I'm already jived up now, bro. I got some dude in the boat telling me where to go.
Well,
Shit.
yeah, you're a control guy, so you want to do your program, and I get it, man. It's tough for a boater to be with another boater if you can't have 2 captains in the boat. So I'm not sure you'll ever get it together because if
No,
both are used to being captains and calling their own shot, it's really hard.
no, it was fun.
It honestly is. I get it. I do.
Mm-hmm.
That's not easy, man. Yeah, think about it. 2 guys wanting to do their own thing, and then the one guy that wants to do something else has to do the thing that the guy wants to do in the front of the boat at that moment or whatever, and not believing in it, or if it doesn't go well, then you're
No. We
doubting it.
fished hard. Listen, he had a good game plan. He had good stuff going on for sure. So I was cool, dude. I honestly, I'm not hating on that move. It just threw me off a little bit. You know what I mean? Like I say,
Yeah.
no, keep my side of the boat. This is your compartment. Next thing I know, I got rubber boots behind me. I'm trying to dig around. He's got flatworms sitting in the middle console, dude. You know how that middle console is. I like to keep that nice and neat for me.
Yeah, you got a lot of rules,
He needed a
and
place
it's.
for his cell phone for the day. Like there was a lot going on. And
I mean, most people would need a place for their cell phone out
I'm
of their
just kidding. I'm
pocket.
just kidding.
I get it. I get it. All
I'm
right, so
kidding. Anyway, so
you didn't get a rhythm going, but you still caught them, right?
yeah, we caught him.
You were in the hunt.
We were in the hunt for day 2. So
So wait a minute,
we,
what'd you weigh in day 1 for 6 fish?
I don't
22
remember, but
pounds.
I know we were in 5th or 6th or 7th or
So you had 22 pounds ish, 5th to
yeah, it was a
7th.
shitty day.
How many pounds out of first place are you at that point?
5 pounds.
Okay, so you flip the bags and you could win it. You got to have a strong day. So
Right.
what's the game
Anyway,
plan for day 2?
game plan was we're gonna run the lake, no questions asked. We're gonna go put 30
The
pounds
big
on the scales.
There it is. All right.
Yeah. Well, that's how
What
we yeah. So
what was the weather report going in? I mean, you're
not
looking at the
bad, man.
weather.
It said
All right.
south at 9.
I don't know what that means. Is that normally like south at 9 means south at 15 on the Great Lakes? I
No,
have no clue.
it means south at 9. Okay. So
And no
we
residuals from the day before, right? It didn't blow like 15 the day before, did
no,
it?
it wasn't bad. So
All right.
all right. So we leave Waddington, we get up to Cape Vincent around, I don't know, 8, 9, say
About
9
an hour run, hour and a half.
about 2 hours.
Holy shit, that's a long run.
So then we have to go get fuel, right?
All right.
So we got to pull in, and the pump's all messed up, and it takes a while, and blah blah blah. And I'm like, all right, finally, you know what I mean? 650 gallon, we're in.
650. Oh shit.
So
Wow.
we get her filled, and then we start heading out to the lake. And I'm like, man, these
Is she
waves,
white capping?
these waves are starting to roll a little bit on us, bud.
Right.
And we go for about 20 minutes, dude. And I'm going 12 to 15 miles an hour at this point because it's just
All right.
straight up.
Damn.
I'm not gonna say exactly where we're going, but we had another 30 miles to go.
Holy shit.
So
did you fish around Cape Vincent at all?
No.
Not fishable.
It was. So we get up there and we said, we're not going here. We're going 15 miles an hour. I said it's going to be 11 o'clock by the time we get to where we need to get to.
Sure.
And we're going to have an hour of fishing, if that.
Right, because you got to weigh in at what time?
3 o'clock.
Holy crap. So you got a 3-hour run back. You're right. You get there at 11, you fish till 12, and you got to turn around and run 3 hours.
Yes.
That's crazy when you think about it. 5 hours of run, 6 hours of run time.
Oh my God, was that a pain? I have a tournament out of Messina that now I really know what I'm in for. You know what I mean? It sounded great in May. Oh yeah, let's sign up for this tournament out of Messina in October.
Who are you fishing that with?
JP.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
Messina is actually
closer to the lake.
Further. So it would
Oh
take,
my God.
I think it's 40 minutes to Waddington. So tack on 40 minutes to your trip.
2 hours and 40 minutes to Cape Vincent.
Guys do it all the time.
That's incredible. And that's even before you start fishing. So you're going 240 that's just nuts, man. That's 4 hours and 30 minutes. I think I got that right. No, maybe 5. I don't even know. That's crazy.
Anyway, we turned
5
around.
hours.
We turned around. So he says it's only 15 minutes from Waddington from Messina. So that's awesome. That's good.
Okay, so Riley Pavlet says it's Messina is 3 hours to the lake. 3 hours. So you got 6 hours of run time and an 8-hour derby, or is it 9? Do they give you 9 hours?
I don't know.
Anyway, so you might have 2 to 3 hours of fishing to get your bag. 1 day derb or 2 day?
It's 2 days.
All right. So anyway, you get to the lake. We're not going to where you really wanted to go. Another 15 miles. Turn around and go back into the river?
Yes.
What?
What else we can't listen?
Did you fish Cape Vincent area?
I did. We made some drifts in Cape.
Nothing?
Same scenario. A couple 3.5s, 3-pounders, 3 3/4, whatever.
Okay. So not the fish you need to put the 30-pound bag on the deck and try to win the thing.
No. And so
you're probably throwing them back, right? Standard fare.
We had a little argument in the I definitely. Oh yeah, I said put this bitch on the scale right now, because I told him if it's not over 4, it's not going to live well.
All right,
and he agreed, and so he put on the scale. He's telling me it's 4. It wasn't, dude.
What was it?
I think it was just over 3.
Oh boy, it's hard to guess the weight of a smallmouth while they're hooked up or even looking at them. Sometimes it's crazy. I mean, you're pretty good at it. So anyway, you were right. And then what happened? You run back into the river and do your whole program over.
Did some aimlessly drifts and didn't catch a bag. And by 12:30,
yeah,
I'm like, well, we need to put. I guess we had a couple decent ones in the live well. I said we're gonna need to catch 3 freaking studs here in about an hour.
I mean, you were still trying to cash a check to get some of your gas money back, I guess, right? And how many places did they pay?
No, I don't know.
Okay. I mean, how many boats in the tournament?
Don't know.
Okay.
I don't know much, bro. I show up and I go out and try to catch my 5 biggest fish, you know.
I got you.
I
got you.
I'm not mad, dude. I could care less.
So what'd you dump your fish? I mean, at the end of the day, you had like 18 pounds and you're like done. That was it?
Yeah. I'm like, we just took our time on the way back.
Yeah. Dumped them and moved on with your life. I got you. That's tough, man. That's a tough sled. 2-hour run just to not be able to fish sucks. I can't even imagine that. That's a lot of running. I've done like one run like that with Scooter where we had to gas up.
Yeah.
And one time, giant bite, like a 9.5 pounder. Scooter caught him a 9.33. Most unbelievable frog bite ever. Then another trip on a major run with gas. I can't even remember how many fish I caught on a Rio Rico. Oh my God, it was unbelievable, but no bigs. Right. But it was just ridiculous. Then switched up to a speed worm and caught a good one that I think we ended up weighing in. But pulled it together on the way back for a check. I think we got 5th or something.
Listen, as we're rolling through Ogdensburg, there's 30 pounds of bass just sitting right there. I get it. I know.
Sure. But how do you catch them?
Aimlessly drift around. Hope you come across them.
And that ain't your thing. But here's the weird part. The kids that lost their, I know they broke their unit off. So they only had mapping. In your tournament, the kids that won your Smallmouth Crush Open, the first one, won this one too, right?
Right.
And they drifted aimlessly with no down sonar, just a map,
Well,
and
I'm
beat
sure they had their
everybody.
sonar working in this.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is they beat us without sonar, just drifting, understanding the river, which was an incredible feat in my book, and did it again.
Mhm.
Obviously got their unit replaced. And so they had the advantage of having mapping and sonar. They're drifters, though, it sounds like.
Man.
Crazy. Clearly works, but where do you drift? I wouldn't even know where to begin.
Nah, any Randy
So,
can come up there in the river and put a couple days in and find a good drift,
well, why don't you do that?
I
If
ain't
you,
got time to find a good drift, bud.
but that doesn't make any sense.
I ain't a
Here's the deal.
drifter.
All right. So what are you going to do if you can't run to the lake and let's say you make it back to the elites? The lake is unfishable. You got to figure out the river. You can't be smallmouth crush and not know the river and how
I'll
to
go
catch
up
them.
to Cape Vincent, the area I know.
You're going to go to the mouth. You can always make it to the mouth is what you're saying.
Yeah.
All right. Fair. I got
If it was sunny on day 2, we probably would have stayed in the river and sight fished.
Right.
But it was
Right.
cloudy, so
Well, there you go. I mean, there's the other thing. Sun for sight fishing. You got clouds. I mean, you gotta have backups to the backups, I guess, right?
Nah, be all right.
Nah. You'll be all right, except for the Smallmouth Crush Open and the Bears Championship. I hear you. I'm just saying, man. Pays to be versatile sometimes. Maybe. I don't know. It ain't my game, so I'm lost out there. So much water, it's crazy to me. Hats off to anybody who can catch them and figures it out. Those are big bodies of water, giant bodies of water, and it's punishing bodies of water.
I wasn't planning on coming up here until later this week, so I got a few days of vacation, and I went out today to the area. Today was calm, so I was like, I got to learn some stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I did want to see how the spot I was going to go to would produce, or if it had fish and gone. Here the
You
day
mean
next.
in the lake, or you're talking about in the river?
No, in the lake.
In the lake, but you couldn't get to it.
But I caught them there today, pretty good.
Well, they were there. There's your answer.
But then I went idling for another 8 hours. I didn't get in until about 6.
Moly, that's crazy.
Yeah. No,
That's
I got
okay.
in at 5, I think.
Don't matter. Just time, man. 5, 6, it's all the same.
I found one freaking
pile of them.
One boulder, bud.
But it's a good one.
It's a good one.
That's awesome, man.
I was
worth the time.
I had fun until about 9 o'clock in the morning, and I idled from 9 until 5.
Oh wow! Is it? I mean, okay. Looking back, is the idle time worth finding the boulder that you found?
No, I think I'm glad I found it for sure.
That's awesome. I mean, look, you've taken me some boulders, and it's like it's crazy magic stuff appears. It's I've never seen anything like it.
But that was
seriously that smallmouth fishing is a special thing. I can see why you're ate up with it. No doubt, man. But you got to have a sturdy boat and be willing to take the punishment of the Great Lakes. She's claimed a lot of lives and vessels in her day.
It has.
Oh, hell yeah, man. No question, man. She's consuming your soul 1 week at a time, man. So I'm wearing the old Bass University hat as an ode to the dean, Pete Kluzik himself, man. So he had a great finish. I think he came in 3rd, and he needed one more call for the win. And everybody's seen it because they posted it everywhere on Instagram. I posted something different than most people posted. They posted his fall into the water. He went to move while he was on live, and when he went to pull the cable for his trolling motor, it broke. In that momentum of pulling it up, he tumbled backwards into the water. But man, he came up like a champ. I don't know what he had to do to repair it, but he got it going again, and caught some fish and was right there knocking on the door for the W. So man, I'm a fan of Pete, man. So I was pulling for him the whole time, especially after that, man. You know what I mean?
I'm not leaving. I'm still here.
No,
Bud.
I think everybody's been in the water. I'll tell you guys a story about I fell in the water one time with Jimmy Big Time. You guys know Jimmy Big Time. So I was on a pretty good buzzbait bite on the Potomac. It was in the fall. The shad were starting to move into the creeks. It's one of the buzz baits that I modify. I modify buzz baits. You guys have seen that episode. Anyway, man, so we're back in the creek in Mattawoman, and I don't know, we're on a grass line, and Jimmy is at the back of the boat talking to his manager at work, and it's a really intense conversation. So I'm trying to be quiet. So I go to pick up another rod, and when I pick that rod up, 3 rods come up with it, and then I one falls in the water. I go down to try to grab that rod. It just waxed my boat, and my chest is on the gunwale, and I'm sliding in like I can kiss the water. Jimmy turns around because he feels the boat move hard, and he looks at me, and I kind of look up at him like this, and I go, Jimmy, help. Because I didn't want to interrupt this call. And then I just go head first into the water, man. Anyway, he grabs a couple of rods because I take a few with me. He grabs the rods. I'm like moving to the side. I have a change of clothes in the boat. So I get into some dry clothes and then slap that buzz bait on. And literally is one of the most epic buzz bait evenings I've ever had, man. From like, I don't know, 4 to dark. It was incredible. And he had I had multiple buzz baits, but it was that one buzz bait that they were tuned into. It was a big blade, 1/2 ounce. I'd modified it. It's all the things that I do to a buzz bait to make it squeal. And they literally were cracking it. It was unbelievable. And I cut it off and gave it to him, and he went to catching them too. So we shared the same buzz bait. It was really cool, man. So unbelievable. That was pretty funny, man. So I did a little Mark Spitz turn under the water when I went down, man. Crazy. You been in the water, Travis, with me, right?
No.
Yeah, you were. No, you went in the water with me. I was helping Travis practice on the
accident. Like it wasn't. I didn't fall from the boat.
No, but I'm just saying you went in the water trying to get a crankbait back.
Yeah,
head first. You went head first, bro.
Did I fall all the way in?
All the way in, man.
No.
You went head first.
I never fell out of the boat, bud.
All right, so this is what happened. Travis is I took Travis to a little sneaky place. I'm not going to say where it was, what we're doing, but I was pretty much calling the shots, black and blue jig, crankbait holes, and so
shots.
Oh, dude, I called the shots.
I don't remember that part.
You don't remember anything like that, but I called the shots, bro. I'm like, you got a black and blue jig in your boat? He goes, nah, I don't throw jigs. And I'm like, dude, you're on the Potomac River. If you don't have a black and blue jig in your boat, you're missing out. So I gave him my jig. He's got his crankbait. It's RC 1.5 deep diver, and the best color that they make. And he catches a couple on a line I gave him up by well, anyway, it's a cranking area. And he caught some good fish. So he's pretty satisfied. I take him to another sneaky hoe. We fish a little bit, catch a couple in there, like literally everywhere. I flip the jig to a tree. I go, watch this. Boom, catch another one. We go over to an area where I caught him pretty good, and it's deeper than actually both of us thought. He snags his crankbait, and I'm like, dude, you got to get that crankbait. He goes, I know. And he's frustrated. He's trying to jam the rod down there. He's doing every trick in the book. It is not coming up. I go, dude, put your net down there. So he jams the net down in the water and loses, like he's on the gunwale with his chest too, and goes head first in. Did he even get the crankbait?
I did.
Yeah, I think we got the crankbait. So yeah, Travis was full face in the water, man. Did a planter. He swallowed some of that good Potomac water, but we got the crankbait back. So that's pretty funny. Yeah, so I was with Travis when he fell in, retrieving a crankbait, but you still went in. We've all been in, I think. How many people out there has been in the water that's watching right now? You got 186 people. Sound off if you have fallen in the water.
205 on my end, bud.
Okay, 205 on Travis's end.
We're strong over here.
How many people Jeff Penner's been in? Let's see. We'll just wait for it. Let it marinate a little bit. But anyway, that's why I'm wearing the Bass You hat tonight on Smallmouth Crush stream. Giving a little shout out to the Dean. What up?
So my first trip.
Yes. John Henning's not been in. Taking a shit. That's funny. Been there 3 times. Yes. Me. Oneida Lake been in. Tom. Darius King. No. Robbie Robinson. Yes. Alex Erber. Yes. Sean Lai. I jumped in the water. Thinking it was grass. It was moss. Nope. Oh, yeah. JP Bo, Gino, the operator, twice. Oh man, look at all those people. See?
I see. It happened.
Oh yeah. It obviously Tim says, yeah, he's absolutely feeling. Now he's just trying to remember how many times. So it's a good mix, man. There's a lot of guys who've dodged the bullet, but there's plenty of people.
Hey,
Mark, yep. Ray Stickle, yep.
I need your advice, Eric.
Tell me.
I got a guy trip on Thursday, and
yep.
Repeat clients, awesome dudes.
Yeah.
But the guy, I recall, we've only fished the Chesapeake together.
Oh, wow.
And he only asked for a bait caster to use.
Oh, wow.
So,
whew.
I know he's going to want a bait caster. He's an older guy. He's really cool. Like he's
that means he
fishes harder.
Can he throw the bait caster? Can he throw the bait caster?
Oh yeah, he can throw a bait caster great. But this is smallie fishing, bro.
All right. Can you rig him up a Ned with like 8-pound test on the can you
I don't have a lot of bait casters for that application at all.
Do you have a medium action bait caster you can throw a Ned?
I brought one with me. I totally forgot. I got like 6 of them at home.
Okay. Damn, you could give him a tube. That's a great suggestion. You could drag that bait.
Yeah, I'll give him. Well, listen, I'm gonna give him 2 options. I'm gonna say, one, we can hang out in the river, which would be your style with a bait caster, and we can drag shit around.
Sure.
Or we're gonna go out in the lake, and I'm gonna give you instructions. Depending on how windy it is, you're gonna have to make an accurate cast 40 feet one way or the other.
Oh, that's tough.
Free spool that bait all the way down. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's really, really hard to free spool because he's going to have to strip line. That bait's going to pendulum back to the boat. And so even if he hits the 40 foot, the bait, he can't strip it fast enough with a light Ned to get it down. No way. It's got a free spool. That's right. So you're going to have to kind of talk him into it, or you're just going to have to fish the river and drag shit around. Or I don't know, man. I think you're going to be dragging and drifting a lot.
Right.
Or maybe Carolina rigging. I don't know. I mean,
anti-spinning, but I mean,
well, then you should talk him into it.
He's been pretty dominant in years past about, because you know me, even on the Chesapeake, I got a ton of spinning rods ready to go. And I remember every year when I have these guys, I remember now it's putting all that finesse stuff on the bait caster for him. It's all right. We're gonna make it work for sure. I'm gonna try. I think it's his first time up here, so I'm going to try to show him an awesome time catching big smallmouth. That's the plan.
Right. There you go. Yeah.
Let's see.
Somebody was saying A-rig. Do they bite an A-rig right now on the lake? A little early.
I'm not. I'm sure they do for the right person.
Yeah, you're not doing that.
I ain't the right person.
Yeah.
What else we got? Listen, we actually got a special guest. Did I mention why AI is not here?
No, you didn't. You talked like you didn't. Yeah. You didn't know where he was at first, but then you said he lost power.
Yeah. Here's a hint. He's been on the Halloween special, and you may not recognize him without his costume.
All right, give us a clue. Which character was he? Was he the sexy cat? Was he? He wasn't me because I was a pirate. Was he the awful dead dread pirate? Who else did we have on that was in costume?
Dave. Dave wasn't in costume.
Yeah, so all right. Well, that was he the normal guy not in costume? Take your guesses. Panger as the sexy cat. So strange. I'm still not over that.
I'm not over it either, man.
Bo Judd gets it right. Brody of the Lake.
Well, without further ado, let's see if we can chat with Brody for just a little bit. I ain't going all night here.
Yeah.
What's up, buddy?
When you have me on, we go all night.
Oh.
No, I went all night last night, so I'm kind of got a little hangover right now. So
look at Brody of the Lake, man. He doesn't need a pirate costume. He looks like a pirate regular. Holy shit, Brody! You got the frickin' beard. You got the frickin' long hair. I mean, hell.
How about that hair?
I mean, you could stand in for
This
Johnny
was
Depp.
this was the first long hair. Me and Jason Quinn, I believe, had the longest hair on tour back in the day. And then, now we got all these young guys with long hair, and they make it like it's the first guys that ever had long hair on tour.
No, man. Quinn had the earrings. I remember he had like 3 earrings on, didn't he?
Yeah. Quinn had like 3. He had 3 in one side and 3 in the other.
Yeah.
I had toe rings. I actually still wear them. I do. I wear 3 on one side and 3 on the other. They're rings. I mean, they're around my toes.
Dude, man, you could tap dance with those things, man.
Are they? Can you?
Well, see, I can't wear rings. I can't wear my wedding ring, and I can't wear a ring when I fish.
Yeah.
So back in the day, I put them on my feet. It might sound weird, but I'm kind of a hippie type of dude. So, hey, if it fit, it fit. So that's what I wear, and I wear rings on my feet.
That's great. I wasn't even thinking that way. Like the rings that you would normally wear on your hands are now on your feet. It is, dude. I mean, hey, we got to get to know you, right? And I don't know
to take my shoes off just to show y'all, just to prove it. But anyway, oh god,
I know he's like, this has already started. So for everybody that doesn't know Brody the Lake, I knew Brody the Lake probably before I knew Travis, because I bought lures from Brody of the Lake on eBay. He's an eBayer like crazy, man. And Brody, I don't know when you got into it or how you got into it, but a lot of the pros come to you when they're getting out of the game, and you sell their goods and wares on eBay.
Correct.
I'm not sure what the business arrangement is, but I just thought it was fascinating. And when Travis mentioned you, I'm like, damn, that's Brody the Lake. That guy's got a great eBay selection because, very cool.
It's crazy to look back and think, wow, here we are almost 23 years later. Mm-hmm. I started Brody the Lake on January 1st, 2000. I quit a corporate job.
So crazy.
And I told my boss I'm gonna let my hair grow long and I'm gonna fish for the rest of my life.
That's
and I don't think anybody believed me. And here I am 23 years later. The Brody the Lake thing, at the time I was working for a company that they handcrafted furniture and antique reproduction furniture, some of the highest quality antique reproduction furniture that is made, to the point where we would go to the Philadelphia Art Museum, the Smithsonian, stuff like that, actually take pictures of
that's
the furniture,
fascinating,
and then come back and then have it made to spec. And then so I was doing that for a while. Made the state team that year. My boss wouldn't let me go, and I said, man, I'm done with that. I got to create something, because I always wanted to aspire towards being a professional angler. So it really all started January 1st, 2000.
That's incredible, man.
I had been fishing, club tournaments and all that stuff, club president, all the way up, through. At that time was when Bassmaster decided to make a from the pro draw to a pro non-boater draw, put non-boaters in. I was the very, very first guy from Ohio. There was 4 of us, and that were selected. I think they went around and tried to get different non-boaters from all the different states to kind of fill up that tour that year, and they pulled them through the federation.
That's wild.
President at the time and stuff like that. So so that's how I got into it. And at that time, I just put all efforts into the non-boater side of it. I felt like I needed to apprentice under someone. And then lo and behold, the very first event we go to, right next to the, back then you didn't rent Airbnbs. It was, you didn't have internet. It was kind of hard to find places, And I remember studying it, and I was like, oh, I found this like cabin thing to rent, but it was like a two type of cabin thing. So when we pull in, we took a boat with us, me and my buddy, and we're just non-boaters, but we're going to practice just like the pros and act like the pros. And then lo and behold, that year was the first year that the West Coast, they did away with the West Coast Opens.
Oh, wow.
And, Aaron Martens and Byron Velvet are pulled in right now.
No way, dude. Come on.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
And from that day forth, my buddy Gary, was with Aaron all the way up from that point on, all the way until his deathbed.
No, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you mean they developed a friendship, is what you're saying?
That much of a friendship, all the way to the Aaron's 2 final years from the time he was diagnosed. Gary actually quit his job, moved down there in with them, drove
What?
Aaron all over the place, drove him all the way out west to fish the U.S. Open, drove
Holy
him all
shit.
the MLF events. Those last, I think the last, what I guess it was FLW or whatever last events he was fishing those last 2 years. Gary drove him all over. Yeah,
That's incredible.
and
What's
that all
Gary?
started from that very first year. Yeah,
That's the amazing thing about bass fishing and how it brings people together and the camaraderie. I mean, there you guys are, two amateurs talking to
yeah.
arguably one of the best that ever played the game.
Never, had no concept of what we were really even doing. We were just going to go down there. Hey, this is the first year for it. We're just competing off the back of everybody else, everybody's boat.
Where was this?
The first event was at Lake Murray.
Is that where you met him?
Yeah, that's where we met. Yep,
Wow.
Yeah.
And how'd you guys do?
What was funny is I had some really bad draws. I think I finished just out of a check. My buddy Gary didn't even catch a fish, I don't think, that fished with Aaron.
Oh, shit. Wow.
Byron missed a check. I think Aaron probably cashed a check.
Yeah, right. Not unusual. Yeah.
Always did. And so it was great. That I can't remember all three events, but we stayed with them and traveled with them for those three events on the Southern Tour that year.
That's so
and then the next year, the West Coast, they had the West Coast Opens again.
Yeah.
And then Byron asked me to come out there to be his non-boater out west. So my second year, I traveled out west.
That's
and
so
I got
cool.
to go to the Columbia River and Clear Lake, and it was just amazing to
unreal, man.
Get that experience right out of the gun.
That's just
and
nuts.
those events, Byron did well. Actually, a lot of the guys that we were running with at the time was including Aaron and Skeet, and Jimmy and Greg Gutierrez, and we all were staying in this one house that Jeff Broussard owned, and they called it the Money House because we all cashed checks that 1 year out of everybody in that house cashed checks. It was so much fun because we all had back then. It was like the thing to do was like Mercury and Yamaha and everybody that sponsored. They were trying to do this apprentice thing. That's the way they felt like this is the way it should be done. Was you come in as a non-boater, you're never going to get that, next level ticket to the 150s, if you don't have some type of qualifying through that.
That's very cool, man.
I think that's how the elites inevitably came about, because a lot of the guys on the back of the boats at that time were being it. We were on the boats. We were practicing with these guys. There were 2 rods in the water, and if you didn't take the advantage of that, you're at a disadvantage because we're out there smashing them just like everybody else. So it was a great thing to get that jump start, and I was actually shirt-tailed right into the whole thing.
That's incredible, man. Wow, what an experience to meet the natural first tournament as a non-boater, and have a house next to him, and then travel, and then your buddy getting close to him. That's extraordinary, and it's kind of why you're here to talk tonight, right?
Yeah, for sure. Aaron was such a close friend of mine. Like I said, Gary got to fish, with him most of the time while, I was with Byron and actually made the elites and was fishing out on my own against Aaron.
Yeah.
But when Aaron got the diagnosis, I'm not Mr. Pharmaceutical and all that stuff. I like a lot of natural things. And I was the guy that was going out and harvesting the mushrooms and the ginseng and stuff like that Aaron was taking and feeling good about taking it. So we did some things like that. So we even, our bond even got quite close towards the end. So, after he passed, he had such a big, huge following all over the world that they decided to do what was called the Hog Snatcher Benefit. Yeah. And there was actually 2 of them. I think there's one in Alabama that was first, and then there was a big one out west. Huge event, GoFundMe account and stuff like that. They raised a ton of money for Leslie and the kids. During that, they kind of were like, hey, let's get all the pros to get some, jerseys, have them sign them. Well, as well as I, to get everybody in this industry to do something like that, it takes months. I mean, it really, really does to get that and gather everything. People are on the road. And so we finally got them.
That's
And
awesome.
about a month ago, I had over 150 jerseys of the top
Wow.
anglers in the world delivered to my house, and they're all right behind me.
It's very cool.
Yeah, it's been kind of overwhelming because I wasn't really part of this benefit. This jersey thing was overwhelming them to the point where they had no idea what to do. And someone from Mercury actually and Dan O'Sullivan were like, "Hey, man, Brody's been doing this for 20 some years. He's the only guy to do this." And he was one of Aaron's friends. So when that call came, I was just like, wow, I'm blessed. So
Heck yeah, man.
I can't take credit at all for really even asking these guys to participate in this in these jerseys. I'm just the one that gets to host them in my store. So I'm
That's
quite
awesome. That's
I'm
awesome,
really
man.
freaking on.
So what you're saying is they're on your eBay store.
Yes, correct. There would
And
be
you're
on my
all,
Brody
and,
Lake eBay store.
do
And
we
what
have a
we're doing-
link that we can put them up? Or I mean, I always had trouble finding your store on eBay, trying to search by your
Best
your
way.
username. Can we put a link up, Travis? Do you know how to do that, Travis?
If you just type in Brody of the Lake eBay store, even
Okay.
on Google,
Okay.
that should bring it up.
Okay, I'm going to type it in.
That will bring you directly to the eBay store.
Okay, gotcha.
And then from there should be a search bar in my store where you can type in what we're actually calling the program, and it's called Honorin Amart. And that's HONOR''N Amart. And we did the apostrophe N because that's a fishing type of thing. And with today, I wanted a key search where everybody could find them by doing that Honorin Amart thing.
That's awesome. So there's 100 and how many jerseys? 100? How many?
I got over 150 and still more coming. So we kind of split them up into 10 to 12 jerseys each week. So we're looking at a 15-week program that we're running.
Yeah.
So we're currently right now into the 14th week. The first round of jerseys just sold. We had Kevin Van Dam's. Who else we had? We had Randall Tharps. Let me get my list here. Luke Clausen, Ishman Rowe, Freddie Rambonis, Clifford Perch.
Are they bidding for those, or can you just buy them, or you have to bid?
These are all auction.
Okay.
We're doing this to the highest bidder, and so we can raise the most money we can for Leslie and the kids.
Gotcha.
And then when you win a jersey, you also get one of these really nice memorial decals to heavy vinyl decals.
Very cool, man. That's awesome. That's a great
cause. For the next 15 weeks, I'm blessed to host these jerseys in my store to raise money. So it's to the highest bidder. I've been doing 10-day auctions, so people get a good chance to see the jerseys that are out there. Currently, since the first 10 went off, I think there's 11 right now that are currently running. Most of those are a lot of West Coast guys. We got Justin Lucas is on there right now. Justin Kerr, Bub Tosh, Timmy Klinger, Gary Dobbins sent me a jersey.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we got Bobby Barack jersey.
Oh, wow.
Sweet, real nice snag proof jersey. Jimmy Reese signed jersey with a personal message on it. My buddy Greg Gutierrez, another guy from the Money House.
Yeah, man. Frenzy nail.
A way cool jersey. Listen to this. I'll have to pull it out. I got Robert Lee's jersey from when he won out there. Yeah.
No way. That's so cool.
Yeah, I want to pull that out.
Was that on the Delta?
Yeah. Yep.
Dang.
Yeah, he sent that in.
You remember that tournament, right, Travis?
I got so many jerseys. All these boxes are full of jerseys.
That's so cool.
Here's a sweet Aaron Martens signed jersey.
Oh man, that's awesome.
This came out of Carol Martin's house. Aaron was out there and he signed a bunch of stuff, and so this made it to here, and this is going to be one of the items that we'll talk about here in a minute, because Aaron's going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame in October. And it's going to be a very special week. And it's going to be a very special week in my store too, with the jerseys that we'll have for that week.
When is there like some type of Hall of Fame event or
yeah, I believe it's that Thursday, October 9th.
Where do they do it, Brody?
They do that at Springfield, right there in
Oh.
Springfield, Missouri, right at the Hall of Fame.
Oh, okay.
Museum.
Is it like close to the Bass Pro Shops kind of thing?
All right there in that same complex.
Very cool. You can make a trip out of it, man. Are you going to be there? Are you
I haven't
going?
been there. God, I haven't been there in 10 years.
Yeah.
There again, Gary, I talked to him before we did the show. He is going out to actually represent the family. I don't think Leslie's going to make the trip. I don't want to speak in her behalf, but she's going back to college now. She's in college, full-time student.
No way.
So yeah, she's hard at it. So she's hard at the books. So she's probably not going to make that trip out there. But Gary's going to go out and represent. And he, if I can go, I'll probably will. But now, for me to stay at home and do these shows and promote online and do what I can here for him.
Heck yeah, man! You're doing good work. Good stuff, man. Are 100% of the proceeds going to the GoFundMe? I know eBay's got its feet.
Stuff like that. Once that's all gone, all proceeds are going to Leslie and the kids. And
that's fantastic,
I'm a writer
man.
check every week, man. I can't wait.
Man, that's good stuff, man. That's
cool.
good stuff. We did something similar on Smallmouth Crush, man. Travis allowed me. I painted with nail polish and Aaron's Morning Dawn crankbait. And then my buddy TK Stanley, I sent him the polish I used, and he painted a bunch of them, and I sold them, and I donated double the profits. I didn't make any money on it. I donated $500 to the Aaron Martens Family Foundation, and it felt really good, man. People out there really supported it, so I love what you're doing for A-Mart, man. He was one of the nicest guys in the business, man. It's good stuff.
It was quite emotional to actually open these boxes, because when I opened them, I got them, and I refused to open them, because I wanted to actually have Leslie have the chance to sit and Skype with me as we opened them together. Because I didn't know there was going to be personal messages.
Oh, I'm sure, right?
On some of these jerseys. And
think about it.
Like just like this jersey here, that it came from Aaron's. This I guess it was his neighbor. And Aaron had given him this jersey. I can't remember if it was a win. It was one of his first wins out west when he was visiting with his mom. And he took the jersey off, and he signed it and gave it to his neighbor. And then when Aaron passed, Carol got it and then donated it to this event. And I just, dude, it's just to feel it. Even though this is probably 30 years old, you could still feel it.
In spirit, yeah, man.
Yeah. And then you add 150 spirits behind me, dude. I'm that type of guy, and it was overwhelming, and it still is. There's one bag sitting here, the Hall of Fame bag. I mean, this thing is like,
what's the Hall of Fame bag, man?
Well, these are the
auctions. Is that going to be up for auction?
Hall of Fame week. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's so cool, man. Wow.
So this week alone, I mean, all these jerseys right here are going to go on tomorrow. And
what do you got? Let's see.
Started off with West Coast.
I can't read it.
Your camera is like
it's camera. Mike Reynolds.
20.
How about
Mike
that?
Reynolds?
Mike
okay,
Reynolds.
Mike Reynolds. Man, you got some old names going up, man. Look at those classic jerseys.
Next one, Matt Reed.
Nice.
And most of these jerseys are signed too. Then we got Scott Skuggs.
Suggs.
We got Jared.
Who's that?
Jared's Scoper.
Okay. What was that, Travis? Okay.
MLF jersey. J. Todd Tucker. How about this one? Did I just win? Yeah, that's right.
Who was it?
That's Justin Felix's jersey right there, buddy.
Dang, man.
Fresh off the wind. Take it off and throw it.
That's awesome. Did Travis ever get one signed?
Keith Combs.
I
Keith
got
comes.
I got a bunch in the basement, man.
Do you now? Well,
What do you
buy
do?
my
I think
jersey?
we'll be sending you an address to send one.
You got 205 people that might.
No
Travis.
one's gonna bid on my old Elite Series jersey.
All right. Is anybody online right now?
Is
anybody?
for a cause.
That's right. Anybody online right now? Of the how many you got on your number watching, Travis?
I got 200.
200 watching. Who would
bid
bid
jersey
on
at
it?
$50.
$50.
And just that alone, you're going to get one of these sweet ass decals to put on your boat and truck.
All right.
there.
So
I'm the only person that has the rights to sell this, and if anybody sees any of these anywhere else, let me know.
There you go. All right, Joe Zombeck, are you putting up $50 for the Amart Family Foundation? Look at that, man. Bass Junkie, 50. Riley, stop it, man. It's starting at 50.
How about this one, Billy Lowen?
Yeah, hell yeah.
That one's going up tomorrow.
Nice.
Brent
there
Chapman.
you go.
How about that one?
Travis Myers said he'd do it. Bass Fishing Junkie, 55. Look, you
Brent
got several
Chapman.
people. There you go. Travis, do it up.
Todd
Hell, here you go. Here's what we're going to do. Travis is going to hold up a jersey, as many as he can sign, with maybe a personal vote to Amart. If he inspired any of your drop shotting, Travis, maybe you learned something from him along the way. And you could do it on your live stream, and then you can Venmo or PayPal Brody the money. Brody, would that be okay? It doesn't have to go through your eBay store, right?
No, I'll just send it to Brody, but it won't it won't be till the week of the 25th.
That's okay, right, Brody?
Yeah,
that money will make it to the Martens family. I mean, right?
It sure will. Actually, I will give you Leslie's address personally, and you can send it right to her.
That's
with the
very
card
cool, man.
says,
or Travis, you can donate to the GoFundMe. You could just, donate to the GoFundMe.
I'm not sure. That might be down. I'm not sure.
I'd rather send a check
right
instead
now.
of going through that company. I'll send a check to her.
Yeah.
10-4.
I'd rather
10-4.
Right.
All right.
And that last one,
up.
you seen Hack?
Oh my God, Hack Attack, bro.
There's 10 jerseys right there just going on this week. And that's just an average week. That's just an average week.
That's so crazy, Brody. 150 more on the way. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Good
like
stuff,
I said,
man.
we're going to have 2 special weeks out of this 15-week program that we're doing. I think it's the October 8th or 9th. You got a calendar there, guys? What was Thursday? The 8th?
Thursday of October is the Saturday.
That's a Saturday? What's the Thursday?
The 6th?
6th. So I think it's right in there, I think, is the Hall of Fame. I think it's a Thursday night dinner out there for that event. So, but that week, you want to see those jerseys?
Yeah, come on, man. Hall of Fame, let's do it.
Well, I don't want to pass up all the other jerseys either, because I'm kind of here to promote.
Right.
After this is the week. We'll put this on next week, or it'll go on tomorrow, but it won't come off until next week.
Got it. So
there'll be a lot come off this Friday. This will come off next Friday.
Yep.
And then so forth and so forth. And then I think I'm going to go to a Thursday doing part 2 the Hall of Fame stuff in October, and we'll just go to a Thursday evening, early evening auctions. It seems I want everybody out west to be able to see them. I want everybody on the East Coast to be able to see them.
That's fair.
And still, this is going around the world. I noticed the first batch of auctions. We even had some international bidders from Australia, and bass fishing's getting huge in Italy and stuff now. And I got Jacopo Galele's jersey. We're gonna have an international week because I got so many international guys too.
Do you have Takahiro? Have you done any Takahiro Mori or Taco Ito?
I got Takahitos. I got Takahiros. I got Carlo Jacobsons. I got Mauricio Chamori. I got Jacopo Galele's. I got Jeffrey Gufferson. I got
that's so awesome, man.
Tai Yu and Tosh Ki Kotomo.
Dude, I think an international week is a great idea. You're really doing a good job with this,
man. On top of that, behind me, this way, print. This print.
That's fat.
This was taken from Sago Santo from Bassmaster.
That was on Door County up in Green Bay, right?
Yeah. It gives me chills. He even said it. and Sego signed it. And this is a one-of-a-kind print. And we actually used this to make a smaller copy for our COA. So each of the jerseys come with a certificate of authenticity to show that you helped donate for the Honor and A-Mark program benefit campaign. And then you kind of get a little print. And then this print will actually go up for auction too towards the end.
Very cool, man.
Yeah. We really hope this is going to be under somebody's Christmas tree or this year.
Yeah, dude, that's tight.
Yeah, special.
It's got a spot in the Bass Lab for that right here, bro.
There's a lot of people who want that thing. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah.
Even big time Bassmaster writers are like, "Oh, that's a prized possession there."
Ah, nice.
Yeah, so we're totally thankful that Sego was willing to do that, and they give me permission to actually use that print for the COA. So I'm actually using that little guide to send out to 150 people that get each of these jerseys too. So it's kind of special.
Yeah, that's nice, man. Nice.
So after International Week, there's one more week in there before Hall of Fame week, and that week we'll have Ott Defoe, Shaw Grisby, Andy Morgan, David Mullins, Mark Frazier, who else was in there? Jared Edwards, Billy Hines, Derek Remitz. So that'll be a good week there. But Hall of Fame, it's just that bag is just
forget about it, man. That's awesome, man. I tell you what, that's freaking dynamite, man.
And then we had these decals. Man, I need to pull his name up. I apologize. These decals were donated. I want to say his last name is Napoleon. I will look it up. H&H Graphics. I think I don't want to butcher everything because I really don't want to get that wrong. He donated all these decals for us to
oh man, that's awesome, man.
And so with the Hall of Fame week coming up that week in October being a special week, we had so many other jerseys. I was like, I can't put them all in the same week. So we do have Memorial coming up the 1st of November on Aaron's passing, and that will also be a special week that week. And that week we'll have Skeet Reese's jersey, which to my knowledge, there's only 4 people that ever have gotten Skeet Reese's jersey. We'll have Jordan Lee jersey. We'll have Brandon Polinick, brand new Angler of the Year jersey signed. Jeff Crete, Cliff Crochet, Jamie Horton, Jamie Hartman, Greg Vincent, Brian Snowden, Brandon Lester, Chad Morgenthaler. And then the following week after that, we'll have Jay Yallis, Matt Herring, Mark Menendez, Andy Morgan, Andy Montgomery, Jeff Sprague, Stetson Baylog, Chad Pipkins. Yeah, it just keeps going. I mean, it's like anybody and everybody in the industry wanted to be part of this. And that just goes to show you how many lives Aaron touched in this. It's just remarkable. Remarkable.
Yeah. I know I just checked the GoFundMe page. I think they raised 61,000 of the 75,000 target. Then there was the Furious Hog Snatcher GoFundMe one that did others, and then those benefit tournaments did other things, and now you're doing this, and I have no idea what else is happening. So that's pretty incredible for the small sport of bass fishing and how the pros and just to regular people,
to honor him, and what he did, and then actually his friendship. That's what I had with him. It was really nothing to do with the angler deal. It was
right on.
We were people and we were friends, and our kids did shit together, and
that's neat, man. He just seemed super, super nice and genuine and pure at heart, man. There's not a lot of people like that in the world right now.
No, they're not at all.
Nope.
Trying to find them every day. Found a bunch of them last night, man. Went to a concert last night. Yeah.
What concert?
Live music for Brody the Lake, and since COVID, first live music.
What a concert!
I went to down to Bogart's, which is a famous Cincinnati concert hall venue. Not too big, not too small. and we went to see. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of them, but we went to see Afghan Wigs. You ever heard that?
No.
They were famous in the late 80s, 90s, and then up through the 2000s.
Are they on what you call it? On
Afghan
iTunes?
Wigs. Yeah, you can look them up. Afghan Wigs.
Oh, damn right I'm gonna.
Yeah.
That's cool. Okay, I'll check them out.
Don't you fish with some of the people from Blind Melon?
Yeah, as a matter of fact,
What? I love them.
That's why we went to go see Afghan Wigs. Is currently Afghan Wigs. This is a great story too. Good friend of mine, Christopher Thorne. We all call him CT. He lives out in Joshua Tree in California, and he's a huge producer. And he was a guitar player for Blind Melon. You know, one of the founding members. You know, the whole 9 yards. Well, he's a big time producer now. Has his own studio, kind of Airbnb type of deal out in Joshua Tree, and he produces some of the best musicians in the world. Well, make a long story short, the lead singer from Afghan Wigs was out there actually working on a solo album, and then got stuck with COVID, and then they were shut down. He couldn't fly, couldn't go anywhere. Well, he just wound up staying there with CT and wrote all these beautiful songs, and became the next Afghan Wigs album, which was actually released on Friday. Now, this band is from Cincinnati, Ohio, which that's kind of where I live. And when I was in college, they were actually huge back then. And, you know, dating myself, but I graduated in 91. So that kind of give you an idea of the crowd last night was all about our age. So, yeah.
Nice.
Did they all have long hair like you? Like
no,
50%?
I kind of stand out still because, you know, man, I'm 54, dude, and look at these beautiful locks. Very many people that are 54 years old that can have these locks, dude.
Not many, man. Not many. You got to rock it while you got it, bro. Yeah, Brody.
Haven't cut since 2000.
What is your favorite Afghan Wig song? Is a line of shots? Catch a cold.
I have to be partial to the new songs. Due in part to my buddy CT is the producer and the lead guitar player on those songs.
What's the album? How Do You Burn?
Yeah. But
Okay.
Line of Shots, that's what I went to see last night, was the Line of Shots. That was
I got it. If
it,
Domino and Jimmy, Take Me There, Concealer, In Flames, Please Baby Please, Jaya, Catch a Colt, The Getaway, and I'll make you see God. I'll make you see God, Travis.
Brody shared with me
right there. I'll tell you, dude.
Brody shared with me some very unusual artists back in the day. Remember, we took that 3-hour drive around Bull Shoals that one day.
Yeah, and that's where I was probably playing you a bunch of Blind Melon and Black Mountain. And that band, Black Mountain, the lead singer at the time, he actually opened up last night in a band called Pink Mountain Tops. And so they opened up last night, and
Brody's hardcore into the music, man.
Listen to this
I would call the lead singer, I think his name is Joffrey Bean, I believe it is. He's from Ontario, Canada, or somewhere in Canada. And I would call him the Jack White of Canada. He is that freaking good musically. He can just play every instrument. He's just been a Canadian. He's one of the best, dude. And I got to see them both last night. Yeah,
unbelievable, man.
Real quick story, Brody, with you and me on Bull Shoals. I just remembered. So we drove around. So in the Elite Series, you couldn't obviously you can't practice or take a drone or anything, but
we drive around.
The Sunday before, we always would drive around the lake and look at the watercolor. I think you always wanted to touch the water or something weird.
Yeah, I had to touch water. And
Bull Shoals is there's a lot of creek arms, right? It's not an easy drive.
Yeah, no,
that thing's a beast, man.
Like
that thing's giant. Yeah, Bull Shoals is huge.
Anyway, so we go way back in this area, and remember we looked over that cliff and saw all those bass in that clear water?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
Did you find them in the tournament?
Did anyone fish those? I think it was too far to get to.
It was too far. You couldn't even get to it. You couldn't even get to that area.
Like, how many miles of shoreline does Bull Shoals at 1,000?
I mean, I wouldn't.
More?
Dude, I love that lake. That was so.
But remember
so
the rest
new.
of the story. After we stopped at that bridge and we got back we were in your truck, right?
Yep.
Because you were having truck issues, if I remember too.
Oh,
And
yeah.
we don't go a
Even
quarter
back
of a
then?
mile. We don't go a quarter of a mile, and who's coming the other way?
Larry Nixon.
Well, pretty close. Denny Brower and Shirley. Remember? And they waved.
Oh
They
yeah.
waved us. And then he later asked me, he's like, "What were you guys doing? You doing the same thing I was?" And I was like, "Yeah, I was checking watercolor."
Dang, man. Damn straight.
Oh,
Denny
man.
Brower's no chump. He's no chump. I fished on bull shoals with Larry Nixon, the general, man.
Yeah.
I donated to the Future of Fishing Foundation through an eBay auction and got to fish with Larry Nixon on bull shoals. And then Matt Lee for my first trip to Gunnersville. First experience on a big swim bait and caught like, I don't know, a giant. It wasn't a 10, but
Luke
it was.
says it's 5,378 miles. He might have Googled that. Is that true?
It's a beast, dude. It's one of the biggest lakes I've ever been to.
I think that's a made up number.
No.
We could Google it right now on your phone, bro.
There's no way it's 5,300 miles. No way.
Okay, I'm doing it right now.
I guarantee it.
Doing it right now.
It's got so many fingers and arms, and it's a lot like Dale Hollow.
Yeah. I had I told this story before. Me and Boy Duckett raced to the same starting spot, and he beat me by 5 freaking seconds. And I was literally 8 casts away from when Polnick won it. But I did all right in that little zone there.
Yeah, that was cool. I always like those side events like that.
Yeah.
I always did well in those. I did horrible in the regular event, but I always did well in them side events.
All I know is
Bull Shoals covers 45,000 acres with
How many
1,000 miles of shoreline at 690 feet.
1,000. That's still a huge number.
That's crazy.
Massive.
Unbelievable.
I caught all mine on a wiggle ward, Eric.
I love it. OG. Nice.
OG one.
Dude, that's what I'm talking about, bro.
Phantom Green, I believe it was.
Phantom Crawl Green, man. One of the best ever made for those fisheries. It was made for
Dude, it
bull
was
shoals,
so
bro.
crazy. I can't believe I found those fish, and I can't believe I had free reign on them.
I mean, with 1,000 miles of shoreline, why would you believe you did that? That would swallow up 1,000 boats, man.
There's no one around me.
No wonder. You just disappear in that lake, man.
Yeah.
200 boats. I mean, how big was the field back then?
It was 100.
Yeah.
100 boats per 1,000 miles of shoreline. Shit, dude. You get lost and never found.
You disappeared. And then those were the lakes where you could disappear and actually, win a tournament disappearing. There's a lot of places you can't disappear and win a tournament. If you don't see anybody, you're in the wrong damn place. But a lake like that, you could just totally disappear and never see anybody for 4 days of a tournament sometimes.
Literally, it fishes big. They say everything fishes small. No, this fish is big.
I don't know if you guys ever fished Lake Truman in Missouri, and that's another massive body of
Beastly
water.
Body. That's crazy. Just fish a creek. Stay in
They
a
haven't
creek.
been back to Bull Shoals in a while. Remember on the dam, we went to that restaurant, or there was a bar there, and there's all those big ass trout.
Trout, yeah. Remember we went down there?
Wow. Oh, yeah, that's in the river. That's where I met Larry Nixon.
Charlie Hartley and,
Big.
remember
Yeah,
Charlie
that's-
Hartley and someone else was down there fishing.
Yeah, is that the Red River?
No.
What's
I'll
the
get
name
it.
of the river?
Give
And
me
there's a
second.
There's
It's
a
the white.
steakhouse. The White
It's the
River.
white.
Yeah, I had the color wrong. Yeah, I mean, that's famous, right?
Yeah, totally famous. And that restaurant is famous too. It's got
dude.
all these antique bicycles that are up on top and all
Yes.
these old motors and
Dude, I stayed right there. Caught a smallie off. I literally drove in.
Remember
got my
that
rod out of my
bar?
car.
Were you with me at that big country bar that night?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure was.
Go figure. Travis at a bar. My man loves his bar scene.
Yeah.
Not for me, man.
I I usually
That's
went
cool,
early.
man. That's cool. That's cool, man. Very cool stories. Love it, man. Brody, good work, bro.
Thanks. So you guys want to see these Hall of Fame jerseys?
Yeah, let's do it.
Come on, man. Do it.
Do it.
Bring them out.
Who do we start with? I mean, there's just so many. It's just like, I don't even.
Man,
Let's
just start.
with Mr. Paul Elias.
Oh, wow. Man,
Nice.
there you go. Kneeling and reeling.
Yeah, baby. Uh-huh.
He's actually the first elite guy I've ever
Here.
bro, I ever met.
Me and Travis can tell a
He was
great
the first
story about
elite
this.
guy that you ever hugged? What'd you just
Met.
say? Oh, Matt. I thought you
Here
said
you
hugged
go,
him.
Travis. How about this one?
Rolling?
Zell Roll.
Hey,
Holy
speaking
shit,
of-
dude.
Okay,
Rolling.
me and Travis got a good story about this one.
He still got my freaking Lucky Craft crankbaits from both Shoals.
What?
So
What'd you give him?
back in the day, like I said,
Whatever
we
he
all
had.
used to work our way up as like apprenticeship. And so me and Travis were with Mercury. I'm a couple years in front of him. And Del Rowland used to like to sit and pull one rookie angler out of the group when you came in as a rookie and take you out to dinner. Well, my year happened to be Zell Rowland wants to take me out to dinner. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that, but I couldn't believe he wanted to take me out to dinner. So I go out to dinner with Zell Rowland. And the first thing he tells me is, Brody, you don't know. Am I allowed to say this, Travis? Am I allowed to say it?
Yes, say it.
Oh,
You don't know how fucked you
You
are.
don't know how fucked you are, do you? That's exactly what he says.
Why
And
is he
then
saying
go
that? Did he
about
laugh?
Telling me, just how it's the politics of the sport and the things that you will see, that you will hate. And he was just kind of preparing me for everything that I probably did see in the next 2 to 3 years after that.
So what he told you was right. We're gonna have to have
Yeah,
a whole show on that one day.
100% right.
Oh,
100%.
man, we need to hear the details of that. Maybe not
Well,
tonight.
we're not going to get into that.
Oh, we're gonna
That's
one day.
another show.
This isn't about
Oh.
me. This isn't about me. It's
we're
about Aaron tonight.
It's
right.
happened already this year with the guys that have
Well,
won
sure.
elite
But the
events.
next year is Travis's year. Travis and me are talking all through the opens. He's whacking them up at the Champlain and a couple other places. I know right where he's at and what's going on. I'm like, dude, you're gonna make the elites. You're gonna make the elites. He makes the elites. Guess who? Zell pulls out to take to dinner. Mr. Travis Manson. And what's he tell you?
Yeah.
Did he say the same thing? Sat you down and goes, "You don't know how fucked you are."
Yeah.
Oh man! And then he said, "Nah."
Then he made me give him all my crankbaits to him.
How many did you give him?
A bunch.
Like a dozen?
As many as I had. Copper shad.
You basically, he said, you're going to give me those copper shads in exchange for what? Some shaved pop bars or what, dude? Like, what'd you get in return? Info, advice, guidance?
I don't know.
Protection?
Protection.
I don't know what it is. Like, what were you buying with that, dude? There had to be something. There's more to this story. Anyway, go ahead, Brody.
Yeah.
What else you got?
We got Mr. Charlie Ingram.
Damn.
Bassmaster Classic winner. What year was that? Did he win?
Man,
He won
spinnerbait
on
king.
Nickajack, I think.
I know he was throwing a spinnerbait at some point.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Charlie Ingram. Isn't that the
Did you say Angram? No, Ingram.
isn't that the Paw Patrol guy?
The who?
I don't
The
know
who?
what that is, Travis.
I don't know.
Okay. He don't follow the sport, bro.
I
Keep
don't know.
going.
Boom.
Paw Patrol.
How about Mr. Dion Hippen?
Dang.
Signed right there in the front. Mr. Tin Cup himself.
I met him this year. I didn't even know it.
He's a big
Okay.
boy. How did you know it?
That makes sense. That makes complete sense. All right, keep going, man.
What? No, I didn't know it was him. We talked for 30 minutes by my boat.
Well, you don't follow the sport. How would you know it was him?
You didn't know it was, I would
Or
have
you-
known it was him.
or-
And I,
30
you're-
minutes
I haven't
into
followed
it,
the sport in a
he
while.
introduces himself, and I'm like, oh,
And he had Dion on his front pocket.
no, he wasn't.
Oh, Dion Hibden. Right. I know you. Too.
All right, you ready for
Skeeto.
another one? This is
Love
all
your
Hall
dad.
of Fame week. This will be the second week of October, or actually like the first week. What was that? The 9th or something like you said? How about that one?
He's a
Mr.
Zoom.
Tommy Martin.
Good night, man. Love it, dude.
Bam.
Good dude, man. Is he still guiding at Fork?
He sure is. Sure is.
I hung out with him at the Yamaha Pro Party at the Classic, man. He was cool.
He is top notch.
Got
Who's
that
that?
right. Tommy Martin.
Tommy Martin.
Never heard of him.
Yeah, of course. You don't follow sport.
We'll pull this one out. Who's this?
Man, he's only got one sponsor. Linders. Al Linder?
That is Al Linder.
Oh,
right
that's
there.
pretty
Yeah,
cool.
now that's pretty damn cool.
I love Al Linder, man.
I do too. man.
Travis is going to bid
Oh,
on that
it's
one.
Like, the man himself. And then he
Toledo,
signed
right?
it.
Al Linder's my favorite. I love how he always adjusts his hat when he's talking. We caught these crappies. I don't know how he talks, but anyways.
Yeah, you could do it. He's from Wisco, bro.
And he,
Or is
he
it
signed
Minnesota?
Have
His
a
husky
blessed
jerk
fishing
hair.
season.
No, that's not how he talks. But he does the hat thing.
He
So
does.
I just think that's pretty special that Al Linder, a personality, and this is far different than a tournament jersey. This is the,
I asked Al to be on the SmallmouthCrush podcast.
Did you? What did he say?
He said he's too busy.
Yeah.
And as he adjusted his hat, oh, Trav, I'm too busy, mate.
I mean, this. Oh, it's just like, oh. I guess that one.
I can't. Camus boat. Travis, you ought to know the fellow Camus, Gary Klein.
That'd be Mr. Gary Klein right there.
Man, that's an oldie, man.
Gary's very professional, isn't he?
Very much so.
I was in, since we were telling stories, I
Yeah.
can remember we're on the Mississippi River. I think we're out of Fort Madison, and I'm on great fish. Everybody was locking up, and they had these weird, they didn't have cans running up. They were like rock jetty markers. And, there, I remember there were white poles and, with big green and red on each side. And, so you had to stay in between these giant rock, so we're running up the river, and there again, me and Gary Klein are like side by side, and we got a right-hand turn, and he's got me a little bit, and dang, if he just, I wouldn't say he tried to, it was a great move, yeah.
Like NASCAR driving, man. He edged you out.
He would have pushed me right into the wall, NASCAR
Oh,
style.
man. Ooh.
Yeah. But what was great about that tournament is I didn't cash very many checks in the elites, but I cashed a check in that Mississippi event, and Denny Brower was in there, Gary Klein was in there, Kevin Short was 2 pockets up from me and actually won that event, and me and him outlasted everybody in there, and that was one of the first elite checks that I cashed was at that event. And so
Was he throwing a Zoom E1, man?
he was throwing one of those, definitely one of those Ed Chambers baits for sure.
Yeah,
I'm not sure which one, but
maybe
I was
hickey,
swimming
maybe a
a
mud.
jig.
Nice.
Which was funny is I was swimming a jig in the same area that Denny Brower was in, and him and Bernie Shoals actually came to me because they knew they weren't going to make the cut, and that was the first time any angler ever came to me and said, "Hey, Brody, you got to hit this, this, and this." And I was like, wow, this is some of the best guys in the world. They didn't have to do that. But that was always tournament customary while you were still in the event and you knew you weren't going to make the cut, and one of your competitors was in the area that you may like or wanted to help, you were allowed to give them that information. Make sure you hit that tree. And they had to do that prior to them weighing their fish in. So when we would all come back in, they would say, hey, dude, good job. And yeah, so those guys actually, Bernie Schultz and Denny Brower, helped me in that tournament by giving them their, hey, make sure you fish this in those areas where you saw me. And then I was able to expand my water at Fort Madison that year. So yeah,
that's very cool, man.
So yeah, so that's one of the things that helped build my business too. Once I left was I had these relationships with these guys. And,
right on.
And then when Denny retired, I was going to Missouri, bringing a half a semi truck full of stuff, spend 5 years,
Damn, that's crazy, dude. That's unbelievable, man. Yeah. So David Brown wants to know when you're visiting Lower Burrell. I don't know what that means.
Lower Burrell, that's where my mom, she's out. She lives up in Pittsburgh. It's just north of Pittsburgh. What's up, bud?
Okay.
I'm glad.
Yeah. Oh, so you know David Brown. So he wants to know when you're visiting. So hit him up.
Not sure when I'll be up there. Probably over the holidays. Getting ready for my daughter's wedding this fall. So my
congrats, brother.
Gonna be coming here, and she's probably going to be sleeping right here on this bed.
How about that? That's cool, man. Congrats, brother.
Yeah. Hey, good to meet you. That's great. And speaking of the man himself, bam.
Wow. For all you jig men, there you go. The king.
So again, this is all that week of
how many jerseys are there for the Hall of Fame week?
Hall of Fame week, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like 11, 12 jerseys that week.
Good, man.
What we got here? Another personality. Know that logo?
Oh yeah, Zona, baby.
Zona and I are talking.
The Zine train.
He doesn't hate me anymore.
Why do you hate
That's
you?
awesome.
I woke him up one night, bro, at the hotel.
Yeah, he's going to be on Baxter, the Bateman stream before you got him on, man.
I've known Mark Zona probably longer than all these guys that I've met in the Bassmasters and the Elites, because Mark lived so close to us here in Ohio. He would compete in a lot of the events up around Lake Erie and the northern waterways, like Grand Lake St. Mary's and Indian Lake and stuff like that. So I actually kind of fished against him, and then and I never really met him at that time. But then when I got hooked up with Byron, then we kind of became really good friends. And so yeah, me and Zona are buds, man.
That's pretty cool, man.
Why didn't you like you, Travis?
What's that?
Why didn't you like you?
Oh, he does. It's kind of an inside joke, sort of. He got really mad at me one night at the Classic. Our rooms were next to each other.
Oh, well.
We're good
10:01! 10:01!
We're good now.
10:01! Yeah, that's how Travis would announce the after parties. What room number again, Travis?
Oh my God, Travis is a party boy, man. The truth comes out. It's a legacy of party. I bet you did, man. Lots of liquor.
Why I have some of the relationships that I have with some of these guys, because we had so much fun.
Hell yeah, bro.
Think you guys have that much fun like we used to.
Yeah.
I'll take that back. I think this new group of guys that are in there, the Lee Livises, the Justin Felixes, I think these guys are having fun, and I'm happy for that, and I'm happy for the sport, because there was a few years where that tour and the tour anglers, they weren't having any fun. And if you're not having any fun, there ain't no damn reason to even be out there. Sorry, but that's just how.
Hey, man. I mean, you know what? No fish, no enjoy.
And you know who else would tell you that? You know who else would tell you that?
Who? This guy right here. Gary Yamamoto, baby. Nixon, the general. I love it.
Yeah. Signed jersey right there.
That jersey
for their honor and Mark.
Does anybody know the story about how the general got his name?
Oh my God, here we go.
You don't remember it, do you?
Yes.
Does Brody know?
No, I don't, but I got a great story about him as well.
Tell us your story about the general, because Travis can't
Okay.
stand hearing mine.
Like I
most of
told
the
you,
time.
I quit my job
Yep.
January 1st, 2000.
Yep.
Right about that time, it was right before Christmas. The USA Today had 3 anglers on where you could call this number. And they had Jimmy Houston, Larry Nixon, and someone else. I forget who it was. And I called the number and actually got through. And I got Larry Nixon. And he said one thing, you got one question. And my question was, how do you know when, see, at the time I was, contemplating, do I go and just leave Ohio and just go fish national stuff, and just leave Ohio? And my question was, how do you know? And Larry Nixon sits on the phone for a second, and he comes back and he's like, when all your friends hate you. And you know what, dude? He was totally right, because at the time, my club, I was Federation president. It was totally collapsing. I was taking that offer to go and fish as a non-boater on the very first Bassmaster, tour with non-boaters instead of the boat on boat that they used to have.
Right on.
So the whole thing was collapsing, and everybody hated me for that. And then for the general to literally tell me on the phone, not knowing any of that, when all your friends hate you.
He called it, bro.
And yeah, he totally called it.
I mean, that's what Larry told Travis last week, man.
Did he really? When all your friends
he said, you freaking worn out. You're welcome in Conshohocken, PA. It's time to go to upstate New York, bro. He was right, Travis.
We got 2 more.
All right.
This one to me is the most special, due in part to I have very close relationship with this gentleman, and the message on this jersey touched me too when I read it. But it is what it is.
Whoa.
Rick Clun.
It's Mr. Rick Clun.
Yeah, man.
And he signed it, "Until we meet again, my friend."
Wow. It's powerful, bro.
Special. Very special jersey right there. And see, you guys got to know too, a lot of these guys, don't make it, customary to just give their jerseys away. Sure. Like I was saying, like Skeet Reese, to my knowledge, I think he's only given 4 jerseys away in what I would call a charity type of situation. Mm-hmm. One or two, I think, were actually for his kids to raise money for their dance and stuff like that. And I think there was one other one that he had a cancer patient. I think I'm going to quote me on that. And then his jersey that we'll have for the Memorial Week as well.
That's strong,
and
man.
This is pretty special too, because they just don't make them out like this anymore.
What?
Sure.
No way, man. Wow.
This is Real's jersey here.
Wow, bro.
Yeah, this was it was kind of stuck in the bottom of the box, like who stuck that there? And I just had some weird stuff like that ever since this stuff has showed up. Feel like Aaron's watching,
That's right, man. You know he is, man.
Oh, Brody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The hog snatcher, Brody. That's excellent stuff, man. Good work, brother.
Thanks,
good work.
Guys. Thank you.
Yeah.
So you'll see this all the way up through Christmas.
Okay.
And like I said, I hear there's some more jerseys coming in. I haven't gotten anything yet, but everybody's kind of finishing up their touring season. I got a message out to Matt Robinson. I really like to get his jersey and a signed pair of underwear.
Wow.
Yeah, if I can get him to do that, I think that would be kind of cool too.
Yeah.
Why not?
Travis is gone. Man, there might be some girl fans out there, bro.
Man, Hey,
I mean,
I can end the guy.
Travis,
Yeah.
weren't you guys working on a business plan with Jack up there on reselling underwear and items at some point?
No, I don't.
Yeah, yeah. No, you were, and that's why you're laughing. So it ain't so weird, man. Chicks have needs too, bro. It ain't
What?
just to do that. Yeah, I'll bring you Jimmy Big Time on. I swear to God. When you
We're gonna
get
get Jimmy Big Time on soon, anyways.
when you get Jimmy Big Time on, fans and people watching, remind me to ask whoever is digging Jimmy Big Time as a fan. He's got a story of all stories. It's the mother of all stories. They used to sit around and brainstorm on how could they make money outside of the HVAC business when they were working together. Travis was a sales rep, and so was Jimmy Big Time. And I guess sales were slow a little bit, so they would brainstorm ideas, and that was one of them.
Well, when I first started doing eBay in like 2000,
yeah.
early 2000s,
Yeah.
eBay started with, you guys know how eBay started and why it started?
No.
It was actually Pez dispensers.
No way. That's so cool.
A huge, big collector people, and they started doing that, and then that's where the quarter auction came from. And hey, let's and then it went from there, and it just exploded.
Man, that's
I was
crazy.
one of the first guys to sell fishing stuff on there.
That's unreal.
Yeah. I was number 777 or something like that.
On a global
Here's
market.
what I don't.
On a global market.
Travis, don't underestimate the power of your Lululemons. You put those babies up for auction on Instagram and donate it to the Martens Family Foundation.
Here's what
your Lululemons would go good, man.
Here's what I hate about Here's what I hate about eBay. I sell an $800 prop on eBay, and they're taking like $200 of that, dude.
Well,
why did you just put it on Bass Boat Central?
I know.
Why do you put it on Bass Boat Central?
You have to evaluate the platform that you're selling on. The reason why we chose eBay's platform to do Aaron's thing is because it's worldwide and it's international, and everyone's going to see this. And I believe that I'm going to get 15 to 20% more, which pays for the eBay charges and everything else, than if I just tried to sell it on a website or even Facebook or Bass Pro Central or whatever. So yeah, eBay's definitely going to reap the rewards from this program. They've reaped the rewards from me 22 years putting professional.
How much money have they made off of you?
I don't even want to know, dude. I'm close to over. Now, see, you're going to remember I had 3 different stores at one time.
Wow.
Brody the Lake has always been the oldest store. And then we had subsidiary stores. We had the Elite Round Table. We had Full Throttle Tackle. Way over $4 million in the 20 some years. Yeah.
So crazy, dude. That's awesome.
It's insane. Really.
That's insane.
Really insane. And right now,
really
it's a one-man business too. So, when COVID hit, we kind of shut one of the other stores down, and it's all product too. I am 100% consignment. I don't go out, and I do sometimes, still do the yard sale searches and stuff. I love to go, that
sure,
stuff. Man. But I get so much from the guys. I really do. They change sponsors or they move. They build a new house, and they, their wives call me and they're like, I got a garage full of hats and tackle boxes. You want this stuff? And I'm like, well, yeah, give it to me and we'll get it on the store. And here we are 23 years later. And then now to be included with these different, projects like this, it's just an honor,
Hey, somebody was asking if you've already auctioned off Ish's jersey.
Yeah, Ish's jersey. His signed jersey went off on Friday. I think it raised a little over $200 for Leslie and the
awesome.
kids.
Yep.
And but actually, I got a huge consignment load from Ish right now, and I believe there are some jerseys in there that won't be signed that are more for that he has made for his like family and friends and stuff like that. So they're different sizes from small, medium, large, and stuff like that. So I think throughout the next week or so, you'll probably see an Ish shirt. What size are they looking for?
I gotcha. Okay, cool, man. It's good to know. Nice. Nice. Thanks. Yeah, I think he was probably interested in the signed one, but good to know. Thank you.
I'm sure we could probably get another one signed to put out there.
Right on.
Yeah.
Awesome. Good stuff, man. What else is happening with Brody of the Lake?
Oh, well, Travis mentioned before Blind Melon and how I usually take those guys out fishing. And actually, I leave next week. Monday, we're doing a trip up Lake Erie out of Marblehead there. And I'm taking Brad Smith, who wrote the song No Rain that Blind Melon sang. And that is actually the song that you hear constantly on Bassmasters because it is Toyota's song that they play, that is yeah. Brad's one of my best friends, and we've known each other for years, and so we try to do an adventure every year, and
that's
so
very cool, man.
Is to Lake Erie for 4 days. Last year we went up to up to Michigan, and we fished the Grand Rapids. We fished the Grand River up there. And just had a phenomenal trip. And he's coming from California, and he's not a big time fisherman. He loves fishing, so every time he comes with me, he catches his personal best. So I can't wait up to Lake Erie and knock that smallmouth personal best down.
Heck yeah, man! That's awesome, bro.
So yeah, we'll be up there all next week. Fish USA bass in this year, just local stuff.
Love it, man. Love it. Where are you fishing? Like, what bodies of water do you normally fish, bro?
Right here next to me is what's called Caesars Creek Lake, which is actually Ohio's largest inland lake.
Okay.
It's a reservoir. It's not a spillway though. It is a spillway, but it comes out of the bottom of the lake, so it's a little bit different than having the pollen roll right off the top, like most of the lakes around me here that are trolling motor only. Got a lot of small lakes around me. High rivers within an hour and a half of me. Don't get down there too often.
Are you a crank?
Not a destination unless you have a tournament there.
What's your style of fishing? Like, are you power, finesse, mixer, junk? What do you? You could fish one lure for the rest of your life, bro. What's it got to be?
Yeah, what would it be?
Well, if I'm fishing here at home on Caesars Creek, well, we're looking at total finesse deal because it's ultra clear. It's really not my style of fishing, but it's so close to the house, and it was really kind of my Achilles heel, and I felt like, hey, it's right here. I need to learn this. It's in my backyard. It has been for 30 years, and I finally learned it, and so it's been kind of my little 401k plan for the last 2 years.
Oh, so you ain't telling us what you're throwing finesse style, bro. Okay.
No, actually, no. I'll tell you right now. I like to throw usually a 3/8 ounce big bite head on the EWG hook. Yeah. With a big 7/0, not 7/0, a 7-inch Z-Man worm that floats.
Oh, is it a wobble head?
Yeah, and I just kind of whip that around the trees until later in the season, where I feel like our fish don't want anything hitting the bottom or getting stuck in the mud, and then I'll do like a 16th ounce. And actually, me and Tidrow were just over there on Thursday, and we murdered them while no one else was catching, and everybody's trying to flip jigs and everything. And I'm like, man, you can't touch the mud. You touch the mud, you ain't gonna catch nothing.
Just so rate of fall.
But I'm still primary shallow water, power fishing.
What do you like to power fish?
Frog to death. I'm a frogger.
Frogger. What's your favorite frog these days, bro?
I'm old fashioned, bro. I have a life supply of the old Bobby's Perfect Frog.
Oh, you got the good ones. Damn.
The old ones, yeah. I will. They can make all the new ones they ever want, and you can't touch the original.
Isn't that funny? By the way, doesn't it drive you mad, dude? Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. No, when the factory was about ready to close, it was just down here in Cincinnati, and I went down there,
you guys
and I got
you do that.
Good, man.
I will.
I got like all the Tweety birds that they had.
That's so awesome, dude.
Don't worry about me.
No, listen, Travis, you can't just rig rods and jump in when you feel like it, man. The
Oh,
show's got a flow to it, dude. So you know you're either in the game or you're not. Decide, bro.
I've been in the game, bro. I'm listening. I'm taking notes.
You're kind of half in the game. So you're in the game. Brody brings out the Hall of Fame bag and you walk away. Are you go, yeah, I want to see it. You got the fuck that's not in the game, bro. That's just like
as I walk tomorrow. Right over here doesn't mean I'm not paying attention.
Hearing is not believing. You got to see the jerseys, to feel the jerseys. We're talking about Hall of Fame people. You stand up at attention and you show some reverence to the pros that walk before you to make this sport possible, bro. We're talking A-Mart, man. It's an A-Mart benefit show, bro. And you've been rigging rods. Are you kidding me? Come on. Stand up at attention, bro. He's the finesse master. He's the finesse master. He perfected the art that you love, the Ned, the drop. Holy cow. You better be bidding on that A-Mart jersey, bro. Come on. Al Linder. He don't even fish tournaments. No. What the hell, man? Well, see, I'm sorry. What's the last Elite Series event that Al Linder won? You like Al Linder with the hat. I mean, look, Al Linder's great, man. I loved watching him as a kid growing up. I learned a lot from him. But we're talking A-Mart, the natural, bro. Come on.
You know who's the best? You know, if you had a Babe Winkleman jersey, that would be it.
That would be a good jersey.
It would be a good one.
That was my first VCR tape my parents got me for Christmas.
You know, that kind of was mine too, dude.
Was a Babe Winkleman spinnerbait special.
I can remember.
I love the name.
I love Babe
Great
Winkleman
Outdoors.
So much. And I probably still have it. I probably still do.
I love it, man.
He
Babe
bought
Winkleman.
Me the flannel, the black and red Babe Winkleman flannel. I know you know it.
Yep.
And it was quilted, and that's something
I really
too.
Yeah.
It was.
And he had a gold necklace, and he looked like he was 60 back when he was. Fuck. I mean,
he was like John Holmes in one of them porn movies.
Yeah, something like that. All I know is Babe Winkleman. I got really mad when he got divorced, and then married his wife Kim, and now it was Cooking with Kim, and before that it was Cooking with someone else. Now he's cooking with all these chicks. And I'm getting all upset. I'm confused. I'm like 9 years old. What happened to the other girl that was cooking all this fish?
He was a player. He's a player.
Jeez, Babe.
What happened to the other one was cooking all those fish? That's a good line right there. Make it a clip. And I was really upset. I was 9.
I was upset, dude.
I'm sure, man. We don't like change when we're 9, bro. You get
it did. That show did change. I remember it went all into the kitchen and about
the second wife took over the show, basically
yeah,
walleye and shit.
Yeah, that's what women do.
Damn, first wife was better, and he talked more bass fishing. Now he wants to hunt, and
the same thing happened to Roland Martin. You know, he lost his marina and all that stuff. All he's got left is this show.
Oh, that's true. I heard about that. Whoa, echo.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Travis?
Nothing.
Somebody's listening to YouTube. We got to echo.
I'm not.
We're back.
So
good stuff, man.
There, Travis.
Yeah. Hey, Brody, we might, if we can make it work, I'd like to have you back. We're going to do a Halloween edition again.
All right.
Nice. At least a little 15-minute say hi, and
I jump in.
There's a lot.
I don't want to put that much makeup on for 15 minutes, dude.
Dude, you had that on all day. Don't lie.
I had that on like for 4 days after that because it wouldn't come off.
You loved it.
That's awesome. Good stuff, man. Good show.
Yeah.
Good show, eh?
Thanks for having me on, guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
You got it, man.
Please share. If you're on Facebook and see one of my posts, just please share it for me because this is just a great cause and I just can't believe he's even gone. I just still can't.
Right. Well, everybody, I'm gonna definitely send the jersey over to you, Brody.
Let's do it.
When I get home, and we will definitely support that. I guess A lot of good stuff. Good jerseys, good names, big names. If you guys want those jerseys, check out Brody Lake. What do you do? Brody Lake,
eBay
you're in
store.
eBay. Just Google it.
eBay search, just Brody the Lake, all one word. Brody with a Y.
All right.
And yeah, you can probably even do a honor a mart search, and it will probably come up that way. Just make sure you do the HONOR_AMART, and it'll bring that up too.
Perfect.
Yeah, and then you'll see all these new jerseys on tomorrow.
Nice. Plus, you probably got a bunch of fishing stuff.
Yeah, and then I got probably 250 items in the store. If I try to keep them in there as much as I can. With buy nows, and then we've run some auctions. We got a lot of different anglers that we're currently.
There they go. There's your store, bro. That's all I did was
right there
in Google Brody of the Lake, and I didn't put any separations between Brody of the Lake eBay store, and I separated that obviously, and it came right up, man. I clicked it, and the jerseys popped right up. So there you go, man.
I love to hear.
Brody of the Lake, all one word. Brody of the Lake with a Y. I'll type it in one more time for you guys. Anybody who joined late, he's having auctions for the benefit of the Aaron Martens Family Foundation. I guess you would say this all goes to his family, right?
Yep.
For the kids. Yep.
Leslie and the kids.
Hey, look at that beat up creature bait.
Nice. That's the one, man.
It got a little workout, huh?
Uh-huh.
It sure did, didn't it? They bite off every pincher. It's so crazy, man. I don't know if it's gobies or perch, but man, that thing gets a lot of attention.
Well, love.
That's for show.
So what have you heard about Erie, Travis? Let's hear it. If you got time, you got anything?
Erie?
Yeah.
Out of where?
The MPFL was just up there, and they had some impressive weights, dude. And those bags came out of Erie. I thought, man, I thought a lot of big bags, they could run to St. Clair every day. I think Canada was off limits. They were allowed to go up around Pelee and stuff, but I don't think, I'm not awful sure if they were allowed to be in Canadian water.
So, yeah, it's been so long since I fished Erie. I would love to. I'd love to go to it now that. Well, I shouldn't say that. I fished the Eastern Basin more than I have now. Out of it's been a long time since I've been out of Sandusky or any of that.
Yeah, I've been up there a couple times to play. The last big tournament I was up there was that Open when and it blew, and Baylog won that one. And if it wasn't for Boyd Duckett, I was back before Boyd Duckett even won the Classic. He came and got me, and he said, "Brody, we got to go." And it was like 3.5 hours before weigh-in. And I'm like, what?
We gotta go. We gotta go.
It took like all 3.5 hours to get back.
I would love to get back to Sandusky and apply now what I know.
Yeah, exactly. Dude.
I fished.
I have not been able to do that myself, and you especially. Dude, especially with the bags they were weighing in up there last week.
Yeah, I fished the Bassmaster Open there years ago and had an awesome thing going. And then just, wind took me out of the game.
Yeah, it does all the time.
But I was so like jacked up that I stuck around another week to fish some Wonderland tournament and did really well in that. It was like some it was called Wonderland, or I don't know.
Like a grocery store chain or something?
I think it was a car dealership, actually.
Oh.
Dodge or something. Because I won Dodge money with that or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyways, with a crosstail shat.
Yeah.
And an IU on some helicopter pad, they call it. But that's only because I couldn't. And I couldn't even. So in that tournament, because I was on so much good fish in the Opens, I stuck around a week. And in that tournament, I started going to my area, and I couldn't even get there. And so I just did an audible and stopped on this big giant platform out there and went to work with my 2D, bro, back in the day.
Yeah.
Nice.
You know what I mean? I don't know how the frick I caught him.
It's always good for there was a guy that cashed a check off that same spot.
Isn't that crazy?
I would love to. No, honestly, actually today it crossed my mind when I was idling for hours. I was like, I wish I could find that stuff I found on Erie, that similar stuff. And Ontario is much different than that basin of Erie than Sandusky.
Yeah.
It's a little different situation. I feel so. It's not
the most definitely, dude. I think Lake Erie.
All the Great Lakes. Honestly, most of the Great Lakes are set up a little bit different. Even look at the eastern side of Erie compared to Sandusky.
To the west, it's totally different.
Totally. I'm a big Buffalo guy for Erie. If I was to fish Erie, I like that. That reminds me more of Ontario stuff, where the other stuff was a little bit different. But that's just me. I don't know.
Right.
I would love to get. I haven't thrown a crosstail. JP just goes crosstail shad. It's a great bait.
The jackal.
Yeah, I got him in my boat right now. I don't know why I don't throw him.
Have you ever thrown the shad tapeworm?
It's been 4 or 5 years since I put one on.
You gotta have crosstail shad.
I'm gonna do that tomorrow.
And then wasn't there the floating ones? I remember that. When
I'm gonna put a crosstail on
the
tomorrow,
floating crosstail shad. You had
do that.
I remember that.
Yeah. And who was there was a Japanese angler that won, I think, on Erie on a crosstail shad, right?
Yeah, he ran to Dunkirk.
He did.
Yeah.
He was fishing for suspended fish.
That's right.
How with 2D did he do that? Blows my mind.
Yeah. Everything's possible, man.
Blows my mind, dude.
How about guys that used to win with flashers, bro? Guys that could triangulate brush piles through.
If I didn't have live scope, bro, my boat would be in the parking lot. I wouldn't even go out there.
That's so strange.
I would sight fish. That's all I would be able to do.
What if the waves and it was muddy and you couldn't?
There is no way I'm going deep. You want to see wasted out?
Oh, you're just talking about on a
whatever his name is thinks that live scope's changing the whole game, bro. I got live scopes on my boat. I got 3. I got units, and I still can't catch them out there. I still can't find them out there. So it ain't about live scope, bro.
I don't have on my boat, dude.
No, I think
I don't have live scope
here.
I think the bass fishing universe is talking to you. I'm not going to tell you what it's saying, but there's a message in what you just said. Listen to what you just ranted about. Listen to your last tournament experience. The universe is speaking to you.
What are you saying?
I'm not saying it. I'm saying the universe is speaking.
I'm saying this. If I know what I know now and I'm supposed to go on some ledge with 2D and not catch a fish for 8 hours because I don't know exactly where they are, screw that.
That's being an angler versus a video game guy.
No.
Yeah,
there is no skill level out there on a random ledge. What you can see underwater your goddamn eyeballs, Eric?
Travis, I think you're a little lost, man. I'm just going to stop there.
You cannot see underwater with your eyes. There's no skill to fishing some random hump without live scope.
You're getting angry.
What you're trying to tell me right now
I'm not sure.
Like, the guy that doesn't have live scope and go out there and crush him on a hump is way better because he uses instincts. What instincts are there?
There are
Travis.
Not
I'm
on
just
a
gonna.
hump. Not on a hump, bro.
I don't know what to tell you, bro.
40 feet of water. There ain't no instincts out there.
You're a little angry tonight. I think it's the wine talking because I haven't seen you this angry in a while. All I was trying to tell you is the universe is talking to you. It's up to you to figure it out. I don't have the answers. I'm not a pro angler. I'm just saying there's a message here somewhere. You're throwing shade on people that feel like their skill in shallow water angling have nothing to do with electronics.
No, there is skill.
Time out.
There is not.
Eric,
what I meant
said
is
any Randy can go up and drag a ledge and catch him. What?
If you go out to the big lake, bro, this is what I meant. Maybe let me clarify because I think you heard me wrong.
Oh, this is good. Now we're getting somewhere. Maybe the audience heard you wrong.
Let's say you have a small little hump out there.
Okay.
That's 40 yards wide.
Yeah.
And you have 2D versus live scope. And the guy with 2D is catching them. And you're going to tell me that's because he has skill?
I don't know. I think you can read your 2D electronics and see fish. I think you can see contour changes.
All I was saying is
I think you can see depth. And then I think you got to have bait selection, drift speed. You got to be able to know when to throw, know when to go. You can see the fish on your 2D or your live scope. You can't get him to bite, but he does something that you do differently, or he does it different than you. Man, there's so many variables in the game, bro. To be so black and white like you are sometimes, it just sounds crazy to me.
I don't
But
think it's crazy.
I don't do what you do.
And he says I've been licking too much Cortland. I don't know what it is.
I'm just saying, bro, there's a lot of different perspectives, and you're really black and white, and it's hard to hear and listen to sometimes. It's not a discussion.
I'll tell you, there's guys that are like me that do it more spiritually, where they can feel fish. And so I think that's kind of where you're wrong a little bit there. There's still out guys like a John Cox or Rick Dunn, so to speak, that and I'll prove the point. When I got to go out west as a non-boater, I was blessed to get drawn with a guy named Dave Glebe. And Glebe is the man, dude. I mean, that would be like getting drawn with D. Thomas. You know, it was Thomas and Dave Glebe back in the day.
Yeah, flipping and pitching.
Same time, I'm staying in what was called the Money House. You know, there on Clear Lake, and I'm fishing with Dave Glebe.
Holy shit!
And at the time, this is when all the new electronics come out, the side imaging, and you know, this is like top of the line stuff 20 years ago. And Glebe had nothing. He didn't even have a single graph on his boat.
Right.
And he went about his day by seasonal patterns and by what nature's cues were telling him.
That's a Rick Clunn thing too, right?
Oh, totally.
And Amart. While we're talking about it, he was tuned into the environment. Yeah.
You know, schooling that Rick Clunn had done. You know, I actually took those classes with Rick, and that was part of it, was all about nature's cues. And nature can tell you where the food is.
Yeah.
And so if you take that to angling, or even professional angling, or even into a tournament situation where when shit is all gone wrong and you're running down the river and the cows are all laying down on the bank somewhere, and there's one standing, you know, something that just makes you, or a bird, and everybody chases birds, but do you ever follow a bird or see what that bird's going or where he's doing?
Yeah.
There's guys that will actually follow that bird, and that bird's going to drive me to the cove or the creek that I'm going.
Right.
There's still people that fish that way. So the live scopes and all that stuff, that, you know, that technology is always going to be there. It's always going to improve the advancement of our sport. But when you start taking nature's cues out of it and seasonal patterns, look, he walked away again. You don't even know.
I'm right here, bro. Seasonal patterns follow a blue heron to the cove. I get it. I got to remake my point because I don't think you guys understood me.
No, but when you're acting your way,
Brody,
you have lost your feel.
I am not talking about the
feel. You're natural.
I haven't lost my spirit. Brody, you didn't understand my example. I'm talking about a specific random 40-foot hump way offshore that's 40 yards long. I'm telling you that if I didn't have live scope, I would have no desire to go that 40-yard hump in 40 feet of water.
You learned with primitive.
No, because I don't know where those fish are relating to, what boulder they're on. There's only 3 fish on that hump, Brody.
You know how to fish.
There's 3 fish on that hump, and I don't have time.
You have to see a blip on there.
You're not listening to me.
Come on, dude.
You're not listening to me. Believe me, bro. I get the birds. I get the shallow deal. I get the seeing how things lay out, what your mind's going through, a grass flat where you're not using electronics. If you put me on a 40-yard hump in 40 feet of water without live scope, I have no desire to go out there anymore.
That's fair. That's your jam, but you didn't say that. What you said was Randy.
What I meant. What I just said now is what I meant the whole time.
Okay. So I think you do better in life if you leave other people out of it. You're fine in life if you just talk about you. And then people can try to convince you, why wouldn't you want to drag that, man? Hey, there's some benefit to that, or change the way you see it.
On that hump out there, bro. I ain't got time to deal with them. I want to set the hook when I go out there.
Let's just say you broke your live scope and now you got to fish the tournament. You're going to quit like a baby and drive in. You can't go with the 5-footers on the bank. You can't do it now. No, it's cloudy. Just like you had this weekend, you got fucked.
Yeah, what happens?
You ran to the lake because you didn't want to drag like any Randy, so you ran to the lake. Oh, fair enough. Okay, there's your plan. I got you. So you had a plan. Did it work this time?
I didn't have to use that.
How'd that spinnerbait work out for you?
He didn't go throw it, did he?
You
It's
didn't throw
sat,
that thing.
sat in the box or on the deck.
It's in
He
the rod
didn't do
locker
that.
every day, ready to go for those situations.
Yeah, that's where it's at.
All I'm saying to you, bro, is the universe is talking to you. I don't have the message
agree
for
with
you.
that.
It's the bass universe talking to you, bro. That's it, man. I'll
It's
just
all
leave it with
about
that, man.
positive, negative energy.
And-
You're
and we-
throwing some negative out there.
We could wrap this sesh up, man. The bass universe is talking to you. I hope you hear somebody tonight outside the cabin going,
Oh, I
"Hello?
hope I don't. Bro,
Hello?
don't get me started.
Hello?
I'm in a new.
Hello?"
I don't even want to go there right now.
I know, dude.
I'm
Brody,
all
listen.
alone in a large old farmhouse.
I think the spirits are already in your body, and it's from
I
Burgundy
got
wine.
this old fireplace right here behind me. This wooden fireplace with beautiful brick.
But that's where the spirits come in and out of the house. Just FYI. So
I
I
know
close
for
that
a
thing up
fact
as fast as
There's
you can.
been 8 births and probably 18 deaths in this goddamn house right now, and it's freaking me out. That's why
Explain-
I'm on the front porch, the new addition, with my air mattress when there's 3 perfectly big beds upstairs.
Now, see, now listen to what you're saying, though. So you can
What?
feel that.
Yeah.
You can feel that.
He's in tune. He is in tune with that stuff, man.
Why aren't you in tune with nature when you're
I
out
believe
there?
I am. I think you have me wrong. I enjoy live scope because I can set the hook when I know there's fish in an area, and I love it. I also can go and do other things just as fine.
Nobody would argue the point, bro.
Thank
We were just reacting to you throwing shade again on this part of the community, the Randys that find them on 40-foot ledges. Like it cheapened the win of the guys who won the Smallmouth Crush Open because we talked about that. They lost their electronics. I think they even broke their trolling motor or something, and they had to drift with just a map. And they figured out that river that day and brought a big bag in, and they did it again. I don't know that do they have live scope? I'm not even sure. I didn't hear that. I didn't see a live scope on that boat. Did you? So they beat you twice.
And I'm proud. I'm happy for him. I wasn't
Well,
aligned
a
with-
minute,
I wasn't
a
aligned-
minute ago, I thought you were kind of pointing at the Randys that drifted any 40-foot ledge or whatever. I mean, because
No.
that's how they won.
No. That's not what
Okay.
I meant.
I'm
That's
just
how
saying.
we used to do it all the time. Drift socks. Make sure we're drifting down.
Yeah,
the-
but damn, did we not
Long
like go for
toward
hours and hours without a damn bite and waste so much time in unproductive water?
Well,
Hey, man, nobody argues the point. If you can see him, it's a whole lot different. I
Listen to
get
what
it.
you're saying. Then you get to the point when you're out there in that unproductive water that there's 2 things that happen. 1, you give up, or 2, you start making educated guesses on what has transpired throughout the day, and you focus in on those areas and focus in on that drift, or you tighten that drift sock down, which no one even uses that shit anymore.
I
know?
still got drift socks, bud.
And that stuff will still win tournaments, dude. And it's because those people are still willing to deal with nature's cues, and that'll outbeat electronics sometimes. It just will.
I'm for all what you're saying. All I'm saying is I would not like to go out offshore if I didn't have live scope. That's all I'm trying to say.
Fair enough, man. We can.
I'd
wrap
rather
the
do
cover.
other things. I'd rather fish a different way.
10-4 to the 10-4, man. We got your message now. Thank you for the clarification, sir.
And thank you for trying to beat me up because you weren't.
Dude, you flew off the handle, man. It just like gets people's backs up right out of the gate. You're
Bro,
like,
you think I flew off the handle?
A little bit. You were getting. You were cracking your voice a little, getting a little upset.
Okay.
yeah, the rage just
Face was
went
getting a
from
little red. I think it's the
0 to-
wine. The wine.
I thought it was I think he could get. Are you hangry? Did you eat?
I had a big steak. I went back to the meat only diet, maybe a couple salads here and there.
All right.
a red meat or white meat.
Any meat, but fatty
Yeah,
meat.
I don't eat any red meat anymore. I quit 2.5 years ago.
Wow.
It has
Feel
been
any different?
life changing difference.
Tell us.
To be honest with you, yeah.
Why?
For one, I shedded a lot of pounds.
Okay.
Two, I don't feel like bloated, sometimes,
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about, I was never really constipated or anything like that, but yeah, it's just when you're carrying those extra pounds, you're
Sure.
carrying toxicity too. And I'm
Sure.
down to 186, man.
Dude, bro, good job,
I
man.
just put on a pair of 32, 34s to go to that concert last night.
Oh, Brody.
Yeah, dude, I'm
Good
down to
night. How tall are you?
about 6'1".
Oh shit, dude, 186, man.
185.
You're rocking it, bro. Good job,
Yeah,
man.
dude, I'm right where. Well, see, I spent all summer conditioning because I thought Bassmaster was going to have a senior tour, and I thought I was going to be blessed to be one of the first guys on that senior tour. And
what happened?
I still think it's on the top shelf, but it just,
okay.
Yeah.
Sponsor money, that kind of thing. Like, what would be the age for the senior tours?
Have to do something like that. They focused, on the tour. They were down there for a couple years. I think they're coming back now, and their high school programs and college programs are totally solid now. And you have a lot of anglers in that 50, 60-year-old range, even at the elites, at the opens, former guys that have retired.
Sure.
That, man, you throw a 3-event open out there, run them just like the opens.
Sure.
And, you're going to have guys maybe like a Hank Parker or even a Roland Martin, even Denny Broward come out of retirement to fish just 3 events, with maybe
how cool would that be?
With a classic, ticket.
How cool would that be, bro?
It would be. It would be phenomenal. And so I had that dream, thinking that was going. And there was a lot of internet chatter online about it. Even had a discussion with Bink DeSaro, rest his soul. Probably was one of the last guys to talk with him, and that was what we were actually discussing. Was hey, buddy, you need to prepare for this because we're going to get the call. And
right.
Bink at the time was in a bad place, and I just couldn't steer him around, and we missed him too. We lost him too last year.
Oh man, it's been rough.
Yeah. I mean, it happens in life. When it happens, when you lose close friends, and then we lost Ray Scott this year, and Ray was
oh man, legend, bro.
He there again. I got shirt-tailed into this whole thing, and one of the first sponsors I ever got was Diamond Cut Jeans.
What?
And Ray Scott, I think, was partial owner or investor of that company in the time.
What?
Yeah, and I would wear the jeans, and I was actually a model in a couple of the shots that were in the magazines. I was like,
was that your 186 ass or your 220 ass in those jeans?
Well, that was my 186 ass back then. That's what I'm saying. I'm back down to the model weight again.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah. I'll never forget. We were at a classic one time, and this is actually after Ray had sold, and I think we were with ESPN at the time. It was before McInnes and that group, and we were in this like real. I'll tell you, Tucker was still alive. Writer Tucker was still alive, so that's dating it a little bit. And we're in like this fancy back area, and we're all eating these sandwiches and stuff for lunch. And I'm just like in awe because it's like one of the first years I'm backstage. I think I was working for Mercury at the time, and like Travis used to do, and fucking Ray Scott's in there, and all these people are in there, and he's just like, Brody, stand up and show everybody them diamond cut jeans, and get up and walk around,
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah.
You got some stories, man. You got to have a story night, like your time on the elites, Brody's. I want to hear the initiation talk with Zell.
The Brody the Lake thing, and where that came from, I was named that,
That's
Fishburne
crazy, bro.
gave me that name.
Let's have
Fishburne, dude. Oh my god, I hung out with him at 2 classics in a row.
Yeah,
and the most unbelievable experience. What is he doing? Are you still friends with him?
Yeah, Fish is doing. He's still contracted with Skeeter. He does a lot of stuff. With I think it's Bass Champs. I think that they do, and he's actually their announcer and does their weigh-ins and stuff for them. And I still think he does a little bit of stuff online. He's older now, and he really doesn't have to do anything.
Yeah. Is he still dating that same girl, or is he married?
I don't know. I think they. I don't know I think it's common law. We'll say that. I'm not sure if it was ever.
Right. Because he's been with her for a while, man.
He was a player.
Yeah, she was a little bit. She was definitely interested. Who was calling?
Yeah.
Like when I talked to him on the phone, because I sent him a little pack of Zoom crankbaits and stuff because he really always wanted to fish them, and I gave him a couple butts and a sand flea I think was in it. And anyway, he was a treat.
Yeah,
Dude. He was funny, man.
He was a great guy. And out west, I think our last event was at Lake Havasu.
Yeah.
And in the points race they had, for the non-boaters at the time, that was that first year. And I think if you made the top 10 or whatever in the points, you got your pro card for the next year and you were able to go to the opens, and I think that's how they wanted it to be.
Yeah.
Come up through. And then that way you were learning the sponsorship and
Sure.
how to, everything aside from the angling. And I was blessed to learn all that with Byron, and then have Byron go into the ABC Bachelor stuff and be roped into all that and go to New York.
So crazy, dude.
Yeah, it was just shirt tail.
Yeah, Fish and I talked about doing a show. And he was all in on it, man. We were going to call it The Rookie. And I was going to go on a tour as a first-year boater. And we were going to do live cams, GoPros and everything, man. He was all in. I was going to do it, man. I was going to take a leave of absence from the company I own a piece of and get on the road and try it, man.
I just wish there were cameras back when I was there, because even when McCandless took over and I came back from my injury, I was just like, you should put a camera in my boat all the time, because you just never know what's going to happen. From finding a dead body to me saving a bird, or it was just always something nuts was happening on my boat, or what I would experience throughout the day. There's
a lot of kooky stories out there on the water, bro. It's true.
Yeah.
I know you've seen it. Travis has seen it.
It's not.
Travis has found some weird shit on the water. That's for sure.
Yeah.
You see it all.
Yeah, dude.
Well, everything, man. Everything runs, it runs down with the water. So, it's
very true, man.
Somewhere. We've seen it all.
Some crazy stuff, man. Good stuff, man. Brody, good stuff. Trav, man, don't worry about the ghost in the house. They're friendly spirits tonight. I'm sure they're going to be visiting.
I'm just messing with you, but I am sleeping.
Talk to them.
I am sleeping on the new edition. I already have.
All right.
You got to talk to them.
They know.
Be nice.
The problem is, if I want to take a shower, because there's no shower down here, I have to go upstairs.
Just remember, keep the energy positive.
I haven't showered for 3 days.
And that's what you will attract.
Are you real? Are you worried? That worried?
I take river baths, bro.
You really would not go upstairs and take a shower in that house?
No, I will.
I will, or
under the right conditions, I will.
Maybe the spirit is
dude, what is gonna happen? Like some scene out of a movie, like a spirit's gonna lock you in there and drown you or something?
I just don't want to be. I don't want anything. I don't want to hear a noise. I don't want to hear a little bump, a spook, anything.
You really think that house is haunted then? Do you feel like you have ghosts? Do you feel like you have ghosts following you wherever you go? Because you had a ghost event in a captain's house on the lake with your son, and then the spirit came back and you did the saging and got rid of it, right? I mean, Will gave you that advice. No bullshit, right?
Yeah.
You talked about it on a live, bro. And now you're in another house where you're thinking 8 births and 18 deaths and you won't shower upstairs. What is going on, man?
Did you leave all your windows open though?
Yeah, they're open.
Yeah. If you're gonna stage your house, you have to leave all your windows open for 24 hours.
Did you bring some? Did you stage this house?
No,
but I could.
Brody did.
I mean, I believe in all that stuff, dude. I am a huge.
But Travis seems to find houses that are haunted. I don't get it, and so he's worried before he saw anything. He just doesn't want to go and find out.
Just because you feel a spirit in your house doesn't mean that it's negative.
Do you think Travis is some kind of ghost talker? Like he just
no.
He hasn't embraced the ability to connect with the spirits. And
are you in your parents' house?
No, nobody died there. I wouldn't live there. I would never have lived there.
So I didn't know where you were at. You're just in some random house somewhere?
I'm renting, right? Or I'm at the cabin here, yeah.
The stabbing cabin?
No.
No, not that one. Okay. Well, what advice would you give Travis? Is the energy like when he got angry 5 minutes ago?
Yeah.
That stir the spirits up?
Well, sure. Yeah.
I wasn't angry. I really wasn't. That's my personality, guys. I I wasn't
So you're
fighting. I wasn't.
manifesting it right now. In reality,
Just remember the attraction thing we talk
it's
about.
total. It's
I
all
know
about
all
that.
of this. That's why I'm fine with it.
That's how the world runs, is by the law of attraction, and you have positive and negative energy.
Bro, we need to talk
and
though.
you can
I got
actually
more
choose.
information
You can
for you.
manifest your own destiny.
I understand that.
So you're conjuring those negative spirits, man. I wouldn't shower tonight for sure after that episode.
It's not actually conjuring. In a sense, he is attracting them. They're coming to him.
Uh-oh. You better chill out, bro.
You need to focus on something positive in there. And there's
Can I
going to be
ask what
something
this
positive
thing is?
because there's something trying to
What is
contact
this?
you.
What is this?
I don't know, but I'm really worried for you tonight.
It's
It's just a decorative iron piece, man.
item.
What kind of decorative thing is that?
It's a spirit catcher.
Oh, okay.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe you need
What's
a
the
dream
other thing
catcher
up
with
there,
you or
though?
something.
It looks Hopewell on the other end of the.
Yep. I'm
Yeah.
looking at it too now. Yep. A lot of iron in that house.
Is that a rooster?
Yeah.
Okay, you didn't seem excited about the rooster. Looks like a normal house to me.
Looks like
Yeah,
a normal house. I don't feel no.
Windows are open. He's got the windows open.
You
All
got
right,
way
man.
too damn rods, dude.
We're good.
You know, on one hand, I want to go get a snack, but on the other hand, I'm worried for you tonight.
Brody, honestly, awesome having you on. I really
No, thanks.
somebody
guys.
said I missed it. Somebody in the description, they wanted to they can't write, but they can copy and paste. So to do the donations.
Oh, the donations.
Or if they want to bid. So there's two different things, right?
No, just
Currently,
one
I'm
thing.
just running the jersey program.
Right, but if they wanted to just donate instead of getting the jersey.
Wow. I haven't had anybody make that request yet. And wow, we really appreciate that.
Yeah, it's right here. It's called the Aaron Martens. I donated to this one. It's the, if you guys can see that, Aaron Martens and Family GoFundMe. It seems to be still live. I think you'll know it's the one because my name's up there. I donated 7 months ago through that stuff, and the last donation was 2 days ago.
Okay.
So it's still
Great.
it's still accepting donations. It's a GoFundMe thing. So
Perfect.
I mean,
Perfect.
it's still up. There's 788 donors.
The gentleman running that is Bill Engel, and he's out west, and he is the gentleman that runs the U.S. Open and One Bass and all those events out.
Right on, man. So you could do that or the jersey, whatever, right? I mean, it's all for Aaron. So you're bringing awareness to it again. Great stuff. Good question, Travis. Whoever asked it, that's really cool, man. Good stuff.
Yeah, and we appreciate that.
And let's have a story night, Brody, sometime maybe over the winter.
All right.
Let's get you back on for the
dude. That would be epic.
The Halloween.
Yeah, I'll include some drinks that night, and I'll get a little taste.
There you go.
To hear you guys have to you have to expand on the Zell rolling. Do you know how
we do Brody? Would you like to do?
How pumped you are,
Brody? I have what I call a VIP membership that I do once a month.
That would be a good one.
It's very inexpensive for people. It's like $10 or $100 for the year. Maybe I could have you on when we really dig into some of the truths that we can.
Yeah, I mean,
that'd be a good VIP.
There's a lot, Brody, that you and I both haven't shared and have been reserved.
Well, there's been, there is. There was a lot of stuff that we had to actually sign back in the day too that kept us from saying anything.
It isn't what people think, and there's a lot of gray areas, and I am very excited for the new we'll just leave it at that.
All right.
What new?
Like I was gonna say the new people that are coming up through the ranks.
Yeah, and I hope those guys can survive under basically the same economy that me and you saw our very first and second year on the tour. High gas prices, low sponsorship. These companies are not willing to support anglers, or their marketing firms aren't looking at, our sport is using those marketing dollars. Those numbers go down, so the pot gets smaller, the pie gets smaller. That's what they're seeing right now, and they will for the next couple of years. Just due in part to where we're at in the world. You can blame the president, you can blame Putin, you can blame whoever you want. It's just how we are in the world, and there's no reason to get upset about it. You just need to prepare for it if you're a tournament angler and want to increase your career. I think Bassmaster right now has a major influx of former anglers that want to come back, and I think that's why you see some of the new rulings and the new points race that was created for the elites next year. It's kind of separated the guys that can fish those 9 events, and you will see a lot of those guys were former bass guys that are coming from MLF that are willing to fish those 9 events because they can, because their sponsors want them back at Bass. And so they're willing to leave an MLF platform that they had been at since its inception to try to come back to Bass to fish 9 open events to requalify themselves to the elites.
Wow.
In a sense, it kind of, they're in their own points race. Just the little guys and the college kids that are out there, living the dream, fishing those 3 events that save for those 3 events or 4 events. What is it, 3 in the opens?
3, yeah.
They feel like their dream is crushed because they can't make the elites out of those 3 events anymore. But their dream's still there if they, because the Bassmaster Classic is still dangled, there for that. But yeah, those 9 tournaments, I think there'll probably be at least 30 to 50 anglers maybe that will fish all 9 events, and there'll be at least a dozen MLF guys.
Wow.
That platform to come fish bass.
That's amazing. Interesting times.
That's my guess. That is
no. I mean, you're putting it out there.
And I honestly believe that will happen. Yeah. And I think that's why that they created that points race, is in a way to kind of protect those guys and actually bring them back. And it kind of holds back the open angler down a little bit, or someone that had that dream that was going to, that maybe got that sponsor, or even their family said, hey, yeah, we're going to make that investment in you, go fish these 3 events, and, they can't make the elites out of those 3 events anymore.
Right.
And that might be a good idea, to be honest with you. Because, I'm not going to put anybody down, because once you're there and you're running the elite, you're an elite angler, and you'll carry that title for the rest of your life. But I think there's some guys that are currently on the tour that hope they stay on the tour in their mind, but in Bass's mind, they're going to be replaced by these guys that they want back in.
Interesting.
It's all about the money.
Well, I mean, it's a business.
It's a business. Yeah. And fortunately enough, I've created a business around this business, with their players in the industry, and have for 23 years. So I talk to a lot of the guys, and I kind of, know not as much as I used to when I was playing the game, but I kind of still have a pulse on what's going on with Bass and MLF and even the new MPFL, which I think is going to probably excel from this potential exodus from MLF. If someone can't go fish those 9 events at Bass and just says, hey, maybe I'll just go fish these 6, that's where you'll see them next year. And that MPFL, you'll start seeing a lot more names over there than you have currently. Like, Patrick Walters and some of the other elite guys jumped in those events this year and did remarkably well. And, so I'm all for those guys, Brad and Paul and a couple of the other guys that I've met that are running that tour. They're doing a great job. And in this environment, like I said, it's tough to run a tournament trail, especially when you're brand new and they're trying to do things different in Bass and MLF, so to speak, with not really their rulings and stuff like that, but with the way they conduct themselves. It's just different. Each of the anglers are their own entity there. and there's
Right.
no favoritism because of sponsorship money. I don't see that on that tour, and I think that's why that tour will be successful if they can keep it that way. It's very hard to stay that way in this industry without including industry in it.
Sure.
So it's all about the non-endemic sponsors there, and hopefully those guys can sign those contracts to keep another great platform, for anglers to go fish.
Right on, man. Right on. Good stuff.
All right,
bro.
Brody. Thank you very much.
Appreciate
You
it.
got it, man. Absolutely.
And as always, locate, catch, and win.
There you go. All right.
Nice.
Brody, take it easy. We'll
See
talk
you, brother.
to you soon.
See you, brother.
All right, brother. Peace, man.
Good show,
Brody.
man.
Brody's the man.
That's right.
I can't wait for story night, dude.
That will be fun. That will be fun.
Oh,
and I
my
want to say
God.
something too, because I just saw this. You can use advanced electronics and still have intuition, still have abilities like that.
Nobody argued the point.
And
Nobody
I
said-
don't understand why people can't accept that idea as well.
Nobody
Let's
said
have
that.
both of both worlds.
Nobody said that.
Well,
We reacted to you.
You didn't say that, but I'm just saying.
Oh, you mean it's out there, right? Nobody said that any of that. It was just we were reacting to you in that
I'm sorry
outburst.
if I got a little out of control there. I really didn't think
It's okay, man. It was a hot button moment for you. We get it.
Not really. I could care less. It was just.
Well, you care.
I don't care. I just try to make a point.
You can't pretend you don't care because it felt like you care.
No.
Yeah. Anyway,
All I
all
care
right.
about
Look, dude. You're rigged up and ready to go. You're spirit free at this moment. You're enjoying your wine. I'm gonna go watch something on Netflix, man. And I'm gonna have a snack, man. I'm hungry, dude.
What are you gonna eat, man?
Man, I think I'm gonna have some popcorn.
Really?
That's how I'm gonna
Microwave?
Yeah, dude. No, I'm gonna have it. Comes in a bag. It's what is
Cheddar?
it? Smart Pop. Now, don't like cheddar. I mean, I'll eat it. Believe me. I love any kind of popcorn.
Caramel
But
corn?
it's plain
I'm hungry
popcorn,
for
sea
caramel
salt,
corn.
and I know, right? We had some Fishers. It was good the other day, man. Like at the beach when you get it warm, dude. Is there anything better? Forget about it with the peanuts. Oh my gosh, unbelievable.
Hey, listen, I want to say thank you to everybody watching. We had a great show. All the viewers.
They did,
all the
man.
people
A
making
lot of
comments.
good comments.
We don't necessarily respond. We did terrible job responding to the comments tonight. However,
Speak for yourself, bro.
Okay, fine. We do read them all. I see them all. That's for sure. Honestly, I want to say truly to the bottom of my heart, the viewers, man, you guys are the ones that makes this show. So thank you for being here. Eric, thank you for being here. Seriously, appreciate it that you showed.
No problem, man. I look, man, I had to take a little control because you were rigging. So, I just sometimes you get a flow going and you just got to do your thing because I wasn't here to do the stream.
I really didn't need a rig. I was so tomorrow, honestly, tomorrow's gonna be a rough day out there. It's gonna be rainy all day, high winds. So I was gonna go get a haircut, clean the boat, catch up on some emails. Monster Bass needs me to make a couple videos for him and do all that. Maybe edit some stuff. I'm gonna give you guys a little. No, I'm not. Never mind. I was gonna do a little teaser, but we're not gonna do that yet.
All right.
Anyways, I hope I don't continue to suck out here on Lake Ontario. And
figure it out, bro. You always do.
I listen, I love it. I love the challenge. I don't like the time constraints and tournaments. Like, man, the day goes by so damn fast. Today, when I was just idling and chilling and not caring and setting the hook, I need to get in that mindset. I mean, Eric, listen, I spent 2 hours just idling until I found a group of fish. And then I didn't say I didn't catch any giants, but I certainly had a 4-pound average pretty quick, which is what we needed yesterday.
Sure.
And that was randomly.
You needed it both days.
So why is it so different when I'm just chilling, idling, looking? Oh, there's something cool. Let me turn the boat around. Oh,
energy. The bass universe is talking to you, man. I don't have the answers because I don't do what you do. I don't fish like you do. I don't have the skills that you have. But the universe is talking to you. And I just think you should be alone and think about it. Don't worry about them spirits. Think about what the universe is telling you. I think the answer is there in front of you. It's like, It's like me doing that Pacino speech to you, man. It's a 6 inches in front of your face. It's right there.
Yeah.
You're close. You're close. You're close. And the energy is
I'll never be
different.
close. But one thing I do know,
But you're always learning, bro. You're
I'm
always learning.
never gonna. It will take an entire life, and you'll never even know a quarter, a third, a eighth of any of this. Right?
True.
No
Nobody
way.
could argue the point. Just when you think it's the most humbling sport on the planet.
And then seasonal patterns, and every year is different. And
Most
man.
humbling sport on the planet, bro.
But I love it, dude.
Most humbling sport
All
on the
right,
planet.
go eat your
That's
popcorn. I'm sorry. I
that's
know
what-
you want. I know
that's
you want
what
to go eat your
that's what
popcorn, watch your
no.
movie,
But that's what brings us
tomahawk
back.
bone, or whatever you're gonna do here.
That's what brings us back to the sport, man.
Yeah,
That's what makes us pursue it.
keep us out until dark,
100%, man. That's what it's it's
not
that quest.
and not catch up on paperwork and not care about anything else.
Dude, it's the quest. It's the quest. It's the eternal hope that you're going to figure something magical out that day, that moment,
Crazy,
that
dude.
stretch a week, right? And then it changes, and then it drives you to go back and figure it
I
out.
swear to God, dude, that long ass boat ride. I was telling Russ yesterday, I'm like, why do we even do this? And here I am. I couldn't even sleep. I wake up early because I'm excited to get out today.
Think about it. 30
You know what I
gallons of gas at $5 a gallon or whatever, that's $400 in gas. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Ridiculous.
It's a crazy
A
sport.
normal person would be like, yeah, fuck this sport. I just ran all the way to Lake Ontario, got my butt kicked, drove 3 hours one way.
Yeah.
I'm going to go home and sleep.
In a rig that costs $100,000 and a truck that costs 50 to tow it, and the tackle and gear when you add it all up.
Crazy.
Unless you're winning a classic, you ain't making money.
Mhm.
And it ain't, so it's not about the money. It's about the pursuit. It's about the energy you feel when you're out there. It's about figuring out one of the most complex species in
They're
terms
wild
of just,
animals, bro.
well, it's the playing field
Wild
too.
animals.
The dynamics of the playing field, the competition, the boat numbers, the draw, the weather, the wind, the sun, the mechanical failures, the equipment failures, the new
dude, this is too much, dude.
and but like I wrote something after I fished a tournament, and I wrote this thing like in my email. I wanted to, it was like the ode to the bass fishermen, to the real, the guys that really do it. I'm just a dilettante. I fish with you for fun. I do some local stuff, but I mean, I treat it like it's the most important thing in my life. When I'm after it, I fish hard. I fish to the last minute. I never quit. I'm a grinder.
I remember us catching plenty of fish, and you wanted to leave.
Dude, that was different. I'm talking about tournament versus fun.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I've been in trouble many a night because I came home late.
Yes.
Oh, at home with my mom, missing dinner. Where are you? No cell phone back in the day.
There's some guys that are just like, they only want to tournament fish. I'm the same way if I'm fun fishing too. Like, I haven't really fished too many events this year.
Yeah.
So I don't consider myself a tournament angler to that extent at all, especially this year. But it's just being out there, and believe me, there's frustrating days. There's days we want to, remember, I don't think I shared this, but I told you yesterday about that pot of fish we found right out here.
Yeah.
I went back to him today at the end of the day.
Wow.
Still couldn't get him to bite.
That's so crazy, dude. Think about that, man. That's crazy.
That's nuts. But down there, looked at them all.
But honestly, that's what
weird shit.
That's what brings you back. Tim Maynard, you're damn right, man. You got to be a grinder if you're rolling with Scooter, bro. But I love it. I love all different styles of fishing. Man, I'm a junk fisherman. Look behind me, man. I like them all. I really do. I like learning new things. I like tinkering. I like bait hacking. I love finesse fishing as much as I love power fishing. I can't get enough of it. It drives me nuts. I just wish I had more time to do it, man. I really do. Before I leave the planet, need to live on a lake somewhere.
Well, we got to talk dates, but I got some openings in early November. Still going to be nice up here, bud. Don't let that little chill here fool you.
I've been up there in November, bro. I wore that squirrel hat or whatever the heck I was wearing, the rabbit hat, the bomber hat. I bundled up. If I fell in, I might have floated. I don't know, man.
Dude, it feels like summer. The leaves haven't. Honestly, it's so crazy, and I love it. You can't, if you look from a distance, you can't even see any leaf changes. Like, it still looks green. I got my flip flops, dude. My short shorts. I'm fucking rocking it out there, bro.
You know me, I'd be wearing long pants and boots, man. You
I
know
know,
I
but
am.
it's still summer here, dude. Now, this week, next week, who knows? We know any day now, shit's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
fucking. It's
Yeah.
gonna be like, okay, frost on the boat.
Oh
trees
yeah, here.
falling,
Oh, I
leaves
know, man.
falling.
Oh yeah, that makes you want to fish even harder and faster for sure.
I want to hold on to
So,
this moment, dude. This summer.
dude, endless summer, bro. Endless summer. Somewhere somebody's fishing with an endless summer. We ain't.
There you go. All right, go eat your popcorn, dude.
All right, man. Have a good
All
night.
right, we'll
Stay
see you
safe.
guys. See you on the water.
Don't let the spirits get you, bro, man.
All right.
Stay positive. Throw out them positive. Talk to the spirits nice before you go to bed, man.
I'm gonna lay a bunch of Ned rigs out on the table in the
See if they move. Take a picture. That's gonna be crazy
moved,
if they
dude.
do.
Nothing's
Oh,
moved.
that's good. That's good. All right.
right.
Thanks, everybody. And until next time.
See you on the water.
Right on, man.
Right.
Peace.
Later.
See ya. See ya.
See you.